On the anthem, more than 8,000 miles of racing over 27 weeks. All comes down to this. Time to set the Cup Series playoff field next on NBC Sports and Peacock.
Yes, believe it or not, some markets out there are getting fucked out of this race because of NFL preseason football. So, if it's not on NBC in your local area, you can use the NBC Sports app or Peacock and watch the race for free there. Rest of us, it's on normal NBC. All the Panthers preseason game was yesterday. So, luckily us North Carolinians here get to watch the damn race. Thank God, because I'd get a bunch of angry texts from my dad going, why the fuck ain't they showing the race? Because he doesn't have, like, Peacock or NBC Sports app or anything like that. So, we got great weather. Let's enjoy that. We've had so many weather-affected weekends this season. It figures Daytona and Pocono, we caught break. Those are the two big weekends I can think of that we caught breaks in the weather that we usually get shit on weather-wise. So let's have a good night, and let's enjoy the race. I got a whole Sunday to myself. Damn, what the hell am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do with myself tomorrow? It's Sunday, and there's no football on. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, that national anthem was a bit much, Yuki. I would have to agree. I was like, Jesus, dude. Like, you could cut the length of this anthem in half if you'd stop hanging on every he note. You know, like, knock it the fuck off. So tonight's race bets. I took Michael McDowell and Bubba Wallace for my race bets. Michael gave me 2 bets. I said, give me McDowell, give me Bubba. I think Almirola is going to be really good. I think Almirola is going to have a great shot. I chased the odds a bit. Let me look at what Almirola is. Maybe I should have picked Almirola. I forgot what his odds are. Hold on. Got him right here on my phone. What was Almirola? So I took Bubba at 18-1, McDowell at 28-1. Where's Almirola? Wow, I should have taken Almirola. He's not even fucking listed here on the ones Michael sent me, so he's like way down the list. It's crazy. A former Daytona winner who qualified on the front row being that low on the odds list. I don't know if I'll play Rivals tomorrow or not. Tomorrow might be a Texas Chainsaw GTA day. I know we're going to play GTA at some point tomorrow. Get back to our Sunday tradition we just recently started that I had to take a break from while I was in Texas. I don't rule out playing Rivals, though. I don't. I started playing Undead Nightmare today on Switch. Played that for like 2 hours before the race.
Marty just gave us all the
Daytona
as far as what has happened in this regular season up to this point, but it comes down to this one race. We take a look at the playoff standings. Everyone in yellow, they're locked in. There's that 116th spot.
Looks like I'm flying solo tonight. Anthony's at work. Dylan's at a dirt track. Don't know why you'd go to a dirt track when Daytona's on.
Weeks ago, 25 races ago, on this same stage, we started this season, and it was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to put his name in yellow first. Here we are now to add one more name, and the list is impressive. Look at the drivers. A win and you get in. These are drivers that have done it before. Cindric, a 500 champ. Austin Dillon, just a year ago. You don't have to go far down this list to find winners at this racetrack.
All right, in the middle of that list, you see A.J. Allmendinger. Parker Kligerman, tell me why A.J. Allmendinger can win this race.
Well, Rick, if you were to listen to him speak in the media this week, you wouldn't think he has much of a chance. He said, I hate this type of racing, but that doesn't mean he's not.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. That's what I was playing on my Switch.
Super Speedway races, because he said, I have a simple strategy. By about halfway, I have to be going forward. I have to have that positive momentum to put myself up front and then just get to that white flag with a chance, Dave.
Parker, Daniel Suarez reminded us what can happen at
at Daytona just a couple of minutes ago. Anything. And he needs the anything bad not to happen to him early and in front of him because he starts mid-pack, 22nd on the grid to start today. We know Daniel Suarez can win here. He's been close the last couple of times they've raced here, Marty, and it could be tonight to get him into the playoffs.
Well, Dave, Chase Elliott has never won at Daytona. He has finished second in this race. We're here at Daytona twice. Changing that stat tonight would put him into the 2023 Cup Series playoffs. And I love what he told Dale Jr. and Jeff Burton earlier. I have to be that guy. I have to be the one that shows everybody, follow me. I can lead the pack. That is not normally how Chase Elliott runs a super speedway race. It's out of their comfort zone.
No, dude, Undead Nightmare is the DLC for Red Dead Redemption 1, dude. Undead Nightmare is the DLC.
On pit road to get Chase Elliott in victory lane and in the playoffs.
I finished Red Dead Redemption. I finished Red Dead yesterday, and I started Undead Nightmare today.
Say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Florida Atlantic University men's basketball head coach Dusty May.
Daytona! Let's make some noise!
Oh, Daytona.
Drivers! Start your engines!
Jim Burford down here on the grid. The engines are fired. And when you look at this top five, it's everything you need to know about what's on the line tonight. The
Shout out to Matt Tift in the number 30, or not Matt Tift. Why did I say Matt Tift? Oh, yeah, because it's Riley Herbst, and they're basically the same driver. Whoops.
15 guys in the same position as these guys.
Riley Herbst is in the 36 tonight.
You got to win this race if you want to get to the playoffs.
And it is an incredible racetrack. Winning at Daytona can change your career, whether it's the Daytona 500 or this race right here at the world center of racing. And when we come back from the break, we're going to have a green flag.
Looks like a Royal Rumble match card. All the winning in drivers. It's like when WWE's like, here's the advertisement for the Royal Rumble, and they put up all the pictures of the wrestlers. Got a big week for me this week. Monday, I start working from home. I start the training for the work at home. I start getting paid Monday. That's most important. I'll work a couple of nights at the store. Just a couple, though. I can't do my Sunday morning shift at the store next week because I'll be in Darlington. I really should just give the fucking store my notice. Hopefully by the end of the week, when I see how this job is actually going to be, I can finally look at the Dollar General people and say, you know what, y'all? It's been real, but it's time for me to go. I hope. So this could be a big, big week for me to change things. This time off work I've had has just flown by. Then again, I slept through a lot of it since I've been back from Texas because I did not sleep worth a damn the entire time I was in Texas. I hesitate to count the few hours of sleep I got when I was in Dallas. Crazy, I'm going to the racetrack next week. Doesn't even feel like I am, but I'm going to the racetrack.
One shot.
Junior.
One last chance before the field is set for the 2023 playoffs. After tiptoeing through the last two road course races, Bubba Wallace remains above the cut line.
Bubba did a great job at Watkins Glen last week.
32-point cushion over rookie Ty Gibbs. But anything can happen, and it often does. When these fire-breathing chariots are packed together, the pressure intensifies. Now the fight at the front is where everyone below the cut line will want to be. A.J. Allmendinger, he says it's either crash or win, and it's that simple. And after 7 consecutive playoff seasons, Chase Elliott must win to get in. Believe me, the pressure is real. Elliott said it's like going to Vegas and having to hit the nearest slot machine for the jackpot. But sometimes the driver can flop aces at this race. Just last year, Austin Dillon drove through a maze of crashing cars, going from 16th to 1st to find a seat at the playoff table. You just never know what will happen on the high banks of Daytona.
And we're about to find out 160 laps in front of these drivers as they take on Daytona International Speedway.
Anybody else nervous? I'm nervous.
The Coke Zero Sugar 400. Racing under the lights at the World Center of Racing. Let's talk to the guy who will bring the field to the green flag starting up front is Chase Briscoe. Steve, get him on the radio.
All right, let's see if we can dial up Chase.
Chase Briscoe getting the pole kind of came out of left field, didn't it? Riley Herbst qualified 6th. Fords have good super speedway speed. Shouldn't be surprised. Briscoe, Almirola, Harrison Burton, Herbst, Blaney, Priest, Harvick all in the top 10. Bushra, Keselowski 11th to 12th.
Heard you on the radio there. All right, here it is, race 26. Everything on the line. You're starting in the best position with a very fast Ford, but 3 teammates.
Love the paint scheme on Briscoe's car. It reminds me of those Tony Stewart Old Spice cars from back in the day. I'm so stressed for Bubba because no matter how good of a points night he has, and he will almost assuredly have a great points night, he's going to be up in the hunt for these stage wins. He's starting 4th. None of that matters if Briscoe, Almirola, Harrison Burton, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Preece, or somebody like that wins.
He'd be a good one to listen to. Good luck. The fans will be cheering you on. We appreciate you taking the time here right before the green flag.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Should be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, definitely go to a guy who's won 4 times here at this racetrack in the Cup Series with Dale Earnhardt Jr. giving him some advice. And he had mentioned, and you talked about teammates that he's fighting for that one spot. What about Eric Almirola, Parker?
And he comes into this race 25th in points, so he's in a must-win position to get to the playoffs. But it's interesting you brought up the mental side of super speedway racing, because that is the advantage that Eric Almirola brings to these races. He embraces this type of racing. And speaking to his crew chief, Drew Blickenstoffer, he said that's our advantage. He embraces it. He looks forward to these races, and that has made him successful. 2 wins at super speedways. He said he's almost a leader for our organization in how to approach these races. We know we want to race aggressively. We want to keep the car up front, and it's not only to stay up front, but it's to prove to all the other competitors we're a car that's fast and that you can push, and that's what you need to go win these races, Dave.
And Parker, it's a must-win situation for Alex Bowman. One of the advantages that he has at Hendrick Motorsports is senior leadership. Don't forget that Jeff Gordon is a part of that. And when I talked to Blake Harris, his crew chief, earlier today, he said that Jeff definitely had more positive, more encouraging, not necessarily a pep talk, but a way of really trying to get this 48 team motivated and the teams around him to help get Alex Bowman into the playoffs. A good pep talk is never a bad thing.
It'd be a shame if he had to win in a Fortnite car.
Yeah, Dave, coming in plus 32 above the cut line and qualifying 4th. You would think Bubba Wallace could maybe play it conservative tonight, protect those points. That will not be the case for the 23. Bubba's always been known to be very aggressive at super speedway racing. Booty Barker, his crew chief, told me this morning, he said, we're not going to change that. We're not going to change who we are as a race team. In fact, in his final message to Bubba earlier today, Booty told him, I don't want you to have the mentality that someone needs to come take it from us. I want you to have the mentality tonight, you're going to go take it from everybody else. You deserve this spot in the playoffs. We are going to do this by night's end.
And Bubba, one, that anxiety has always been an issue with him and the biggest stage. And he has, you know, a tough challenge in front of him, but I believe he's going to rise to it. Scott Dixon actually gave him some words of wisdom, so he's trying to bank on those as well. Let's take a look at our starting grid, brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Up front, drivers that have to win to make the playoff: Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola, Harrison Burton. Then Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, two drivers that can get in based on points.
Well, there's so much on the line for the playoff drivers. You have Larson and Harvick. How about row 6? All of RFK. Butcher won 2 of the last 4 races in the series. His teammate Brad Keselowski, his owner Brad Keselowski, still looking for that first win in the car he owns.
Row 7, Martin Truex Jr. fighting for the regular season championship, which could be determined and will be determined tonight. Suarez, the other driver, points-wise, mathematically, he can get in there, but a lot of things have to happen for that to work out for him.
Yeah, to buy me a Josh Berry, who's in the 42 car. We see him in that some. How about Ricky Stenhouse Jr.?
I think BJ McLeod's going to win. I'm kidding. Whoa, Brennan Poole's in this race. Chandler Smith is in this race.
Scene of the biggest win of his career.
McDowell at the bottom of that list will start in row 20. All right, so you've got the pressure of winning at the World Center of Racing. Let's bring in Dale Jarrett, a guy who has won 3 Daytona 500s right here at this venue. What is the mentality you have, DJ, to get the win here with such pressure?
You know, Rick, it's one of the greatest honors that you'll have if you're in NASCAR racing as a driver. To race here and then to win here, visit Victory Lane. But it's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through. It's just incredible that it never eases up for you as a driver. It's a lot of fun. But
We're coming to the green. We're going down the back. Lights off on the pace car.
If you want to visit Victory Lane here, which is one of the most special moments that you'll ever have. You know, and I've said for a long time that Daytona makes incredible drivers do extraordinary things. Who's going to be that best driver tonight and go to Victory Lane and could get them a playoff spot?
Well, we go from the GOAT here at Daytona in DJ to the guy pacing the field out here. Yes, that's Ricky Carmichael.
Holy shit, Ricky Carmichael.
Motocross right there.
Former Truck Series driver Ricky Carmichael.
And not only two-wheeler, but he dabbled in the Truck Series as well as Xfinity Series, and so he knows that maybe Briscoe might have a little fun with it. a little bump draft in there here at Daytona.
Talent recognizes talent, and I got to go to the Supercross race in Nashville and be on the broadcast with Ricky, and he is first class, resume unbelievable. Think his record, this is a little up, 31-0. The man won 31 straight races. Young man Jet Lawrence right now, 21-0.
22. He won this
today.
afternoon,
Okay,
yes.
22-0 for Jet Lawrence. So it's interesting.
It's great to have Ricky Carmichael here.
Well, here we go. See you on the other side.
At Daytona.
This could be a long one.
Final race of the regular season. One spot available. Still in the playoffs.
One spot wide open for a winner, or 2 drivers to fight for on points. Briscoe immediately goes down to pick up his teammate. And we're off.
Well done. Good plan of attack early from the 2 SHR Fords of the 14 of Briscoe and the 10, the white and black car of Eric Almirola. Second car on the inside.
Be curious to see if these cars can actually get 3 wide here. We've had problems with the Cup cars the last year and a half. At Daytona, they struggle to get 3 wide.
Steve, we saw a faster lap than
Don't know why.
flying at the Daytona 500. Will we see increased speeds with the pack now? They've done some work throughout the year.
Absolutely, there will be. This is probably going to be the fastest
As best they can in the
next-gen super speedway race, speed-wise, not time-wise. I figure we'll have a lot of cautions and a red flag or 2, but
Unbelievably
the lap times.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher as the sun sets and the lights come on. Grip will go up, which will allow these drivers and crew chiefs to work on speed more than handling.
Still side by side for that top spot. Again on the inside, the 14 of Chase Briscoe. On his outside now, Bubba Wallace fighting up there for that second spot. Almirola pushing.
Teammates doing a great job.
Those 2 surge ahead.
In rules here at Daytona, you see the double yellow line. You can't go below that, but that's really it.
You can lock bumpers in the Cup Series, though, for as long as you can.
Move forward is acceptable.
You're going to hear the word momentum a lot. The outside line gaining some momentum now. We'll see if Bubba Wallace can clear that 14.
Riley Herbst, fourth. Third now. A little squirrely on the back bumper of Bubba's car. I don't like that. See that on the onboard? I'd be nervous having a guy like Herbst pushing me just because of his inexperience with these cars. I didn't like what I saw there going into one on the onboard.
So much energy on that inside line now as 4 cars have cleared.
Ty Gibbs moves up in front of Herbst. Trying to gain those points on Bubba, just in case. It's ironic. He's in front of Bubba, and they're the ones racing each other for the final spot on points.
Rick, it was a terrific Friday for Stuart Haas Racing for 2 cars up front right now. A pretty good Saturday as well, but it did not start well for Ryan Preece. He qualified in the top 10, and he said he had no power steering on the pace laps. The plan was for Stuart Haas and all 4 of their cars to work together tonight. So, Steve, how do they need to change that plan now that Preece...
That's an ugly paint scheme Truex has. I just saw that thing from far away, and it's hideous. Ryan Blaney 3 wide. That's got to be by design, right? Go back down, Bubba. That 3 wide ain't going to work. I couldn't tell if Blaney was pulling out to drop to the back or if he was actually trying to make a 3rd lane. We saw 3 lanes work at Talladega a bit this year for the first time with the next-gen car. Well, that really jumbled up the middle of the field. Yeah. Ain't working right now. Get down there, Blaney. Joey let Blaney in.
So now we see the 3 Penske cars all lined up there with Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, and Austin Cindric. Those 3 Fords will try to work together. It's been 3 Fords that have worked well together up front already. Take a look at Riley Herbst.
They're going to go back and show when I thought Herbst was going to wreck Bubba.
Yeah, he tried to push 23. Doesn't have a ton of experience in the next-gen car. And how it might
That's my concern, Dale Jr.
From the banking, or the lack of banking on the straightaway into the turn. Always learning here.
Outside line's falling way back now, about 9 cars.
Ty Gibbs jumped up to that outside to try to lead that outside line, and then we did it. When he did it, the energy just went away from it. We're going to have to start pushing each other, bump drafting to get back up there.
Inside line with the momentum now as we see 7 cars have broken away.
Yeah, there's 2 cars running side by side.
You don't have to pit in this first stage. That definitely simplifies things. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I love green flag pit stops on a super speedway. Shit always seems to happen when cars are trying to get to pit road. We'll have that in stage 3 later, most likely.
Right there on the front bumper.
It's like the couple cars jumped in that outside line right
Truex and Bell move up. Truex, Bell, Gibbs, and Bubba. That's 4 of the Toyotas in a line.
In their eyes, so we'll see if they can get it going now.
Stay committed.
Going back to the front, take over those forwards.
They're inching their way back to the front. They've went from about 9 cars back to 6 back.
Manufacturers working together. Fords working with Fords right now.
Commercial. Briscoe, Almirola, Harrison Burton, Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher. 8 laps in. Just 2x2, push-pull, back and forth, standard next-gen super speedway crap. Just can't get over that Xfinity race last night. Also can't get over how fucking hot it gets in here. Dude, it was cold in here before the race started. Now it's getting hotter than hell. I miss when you guys used to talk. Hey, we gained some new subscribers this week. While I was gone, I think I gained a couple. I think I gained some during the Texas Chainsaw stuff, too, even though that's not going to be a popular. I'm going to stream Texas Chainsaw a lot. Nobody's going to watch it, but I'm going to stream it anyway, just in case funny stuff happens. Man, I'm glad I got this TV muted. It's that stupid college football Saturday night commercial, and they have played it to death. And it's such a stupid, cheesy-ass Dick Cheese song, and they're playing it over and over.
One sit begs the question.
Have a Coke and a smile. I wish I had a Coke Zero right now. I'll drink the occasional Coke Zero. Because Diet Coke tastes like ass.
Coke Zero Sugar 400 on NBC.
The Coca-Cola Racing family is celebrating their 25th anniversary this year. Check out the exclusive content series on
The Coca-Cola Racing family. With Kyle Petty and Bobby Labonte and Dale Earnhardt and Bill Elliott and whoever the fuck else was in it. Jeff Burton. Dale Jarrett. Name all the Coca-Cola Racing family members from 1999. Go. Briscoe, Almirola, Burton, and Larson. 2x2 from 5th on back. We got Denny Hamlin leading the top line now. So now we got Hamlin, Truex, Bell, Gibbs, and Bubba. And Denny's probably the best car to be leading that outside line for his teammates and allies. He'll find a way. He'll make this work.
And what's helping him is Martin Truex behind him has been giving him some really good pushes, and that's helping shove that outside line. Martin will get right to the rear bumper. But now on the bottom, you see
big push out front, Almirola to Briscoe.
tandem draft a little bit. Yeah, the 10 got locked onto the back bumper, the 14, the red 14 out front. A little bit of wiggle.
Outside just ain't there yet, man. They get to about 5th place.
Did a good job there, but now the energy falls back down. They back up to Harrison.
Look at Kyle Larson having a nice quiet night in the top 5 on a super speedway. How long do you think that's going to last? He's got a black cloud hanging over him at Daytona.
Are really not that productive.
Really? Your Junior's voice there.
But then when you slow down, you get back to the
Hamlin's car looks a little unstable in the center of the corner. Notice that from Kyle Busch's onboard there.
These guys on the inside line, if you think that outside line is going to get going, you could jump up in front of them and lead that line. But it is a line of Toyotas. And the first chance they get, they're going to move you out of there. And they are all, the minute you make a mistake, they're going to take advantage of it. And you are going all the way to the back. Parker. Well, guys, we watched this battle at the front, especially Chase Briscoe leading this bottom lane there. You guys mentioned getting pushed far out front. Well, also, in relation to that 10 car, his gaps, he's been very vocal on the radio in terms of getting pushed too far out and the information he wants from his spotter in terms of how far back that 10 is from him. Because, as you guys know, getting too far out front can be a definite
7-car breakaway now on the bottom. Austin Dillon in 7th. He's broken away from his teammate Kyle Busch in 8th for the moment.
Parker just checked in on the 6-car. Brad Keselowski was hit in his pit. Crew chief Matt McCall told me no problem with the 6. He dropped to the very back. Sometimes drivers, you see something or feel something.
Boy, you can see Brad Keselowski's car from space, that Hawaiian sweet roll car. Bright fucking orange. I like it, though. Best thing about the next-gen cars are the chrome numbers. Other than that, the paint jobs being wraps now, they're pretty generic, but I love the shiny numbers. NASCAR's like, well, we moved the number forward for no fucking reason and made the cars look off, but to shut everybody up, we'll give everybody the opportunity to have a shiny number if they want.
The Fords actually have been just really good at these type of racetracks. What they've complained about as a deficiency or being sort of behind the other teams at the 1.5 miles and the short tracks, well, that is now an advantage in terms of drag and downforce at Daytona, at Talladega, at Atlanta.
Wow, both Daytona races this year unaffected by weather. Who the hell would have thought? Who saw that coming?
They're working well together. As long as they can sort of keep this gap, that outside line eventually has to get going. You have to imagine that eventually it's going to get there.
Only about halfway through the first stage.
Right there. Oh, down the road. So, A.J. Allmendinger was going to jump up in front of that line. He did for just a moment in that 16 car. And then he thought better of it and jumped to the bottom.
You have to wonder, you know, as handling starts to become a little bit more of a factor throughout the run, does that change how strong the bottom is versus the top? We saw the cars not handling all that well in just single car qualifying. The Xfinity Series talked about being incredibly loose out there last night as this track gets slicker over the years. I am a little bit surprised, though, that the outside line's not really been able to go anywhere. Not seeing aggressive pushes from the 19, not like we're seeing in that group on the bottom. There you go. 16's going to jump up there. He's getting back in there.
AJ Allmendinger's flirting with jumping up in front of that Toyota line. He's in 6th right now.
Lower left side of your screen, you see winning get in. These are the drivers that have to win. They have to win if they
Bad news. One of the winning in. There's 3 win and in drivers running 1st, 2nd, 3rd. That's bad. If you're a Bubba Wallace or a Ty Gibbs fan.
Rick Denny Hamlin trying to drag that high line up around and into the lead. You know, there's an interesting dilemma for Denny Hamlin tonight. His teammate Ty Gibbs in the Toyota.
The man Hamlin's racing for regular season points is right behind him, too.
The man who drives for him, however, in the 23 car, Bubba Wallace, also needs a good night. So in his podcast earlier this week, Denny said if it came down to it at the end of the race, I would push Bubba Wallace, not my teammate Ty Gibbs. An interesting comment from Denny Hamlin. Junior, you own a race car and a race team. What would you do if you were in Hamlin's shoes tonight and it came down to that scenario at the end of the race?
I'd probably push the car that I owned to the win. I think the difference with me is I wouldn't have said that publicly.
Denny Hamlin likes to run his mouth a lot. He never can keep anything to himself. That's why he had to announce to the world that, hey, I'll push Bubba over Ty Gibbs.
They're a young team, and just that little moment of being able to get a car into the playoffs would be so big for them going forward. There's a lot of money at stake as well. And so he understands all of those numbers, right? It's not an emotion. It's not a decision on just emotion. Oh, I want my car to be in there. He knows that it will really affect the bottom line and the bank account for that 2311 team.
It also would affect the bank account for the Joe Gibbs racing team. So, Joe Gibbs, if my guy's driving for me, he's going to help me. If not, I might need a different driver.
There you go.
Maybe tonight will determine Denny Hamlin's fate as to whether or not he gets re-signed by JGR.
Chase Briscoe still up front at Daytona.
Briscoe, Amarola, Burton, Larson, Busher. Handedly controlling this race. About to hit 15 to go to the first stage break. You think Denny's the one buying the 2 charters and going to Ford? To me, that's entirely dependent if he gets re-signed by Gibbs. If he gets re-signed by Gibbs, I figure he'll buy a charter and stay with Toyota. If he doesn't, might buy 2 and go to Ford. Tough call. It just entirely depends on the JGR contract situation. Who's to say this race doesn't go a long way in determining the future for that team?
Hey, race fans, when in Las Vegas, stay where the racers stay at the South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa. Your ultimate pit stop on the Las Vegas Strip. South Point, everything you want, all under one roof. Racing under the lights at Daytona.
The outside line has caught the leaders. Denny Hamlin's out front now, with Truex, Bell, Gibbs, and Bubba behind him. Inside line got busted up a little bit. Chris Buescher's 3 wide in the middle. It's going to take a lot of momentum away from the inside for a minute or two. Yeah, we just hit 11 to go on the stage. It's time to start getting these spots and worrying about points. So good news, Denny, you're leading. The bad news is the guy that's ahead of you in points is right behind you. So you're really not going to gain shit here. Man, that outside line surged ahead. Big time. Chase Elliott to the middle. That's hurting the inside line as well. Now the Toyota's all pulled down to the bottom. Great patience. And Chase Elliott's having radio problems. This is one of the last places you want to have radio issues. Toyotas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out front.
To crew chief, you know, it's a public channel people could scan, but it's a great way to talk without bothering your driver. The bigger concern is, you know, just last week, misinformation, miscommunication, or
Riley Herbst is right there with him too.
Run out of gas. Now we're in a racetrack where things happen in the blink of an eye. The spotter to the driver, guys, is the most important at the super speedways as we ride on board with Chase Elliott, that Coke Zero Sugar camera. That would be my concern, right? As a crew chief, I'm not worried about adjustments and handling. I want to make sure you guys know what the man on the roof is seeing.
Yeah, the guy on the roof is so important because you can see what's in front of you and you can see what's directly behind you, but you can't see 3 rows behind or 3 rows in front. And you need that information in order to make good decisions. And if that little bit of split second of radio interference messes things up and you can find yourself in a wreck, and you talk about handling, look at the throttle and the brake. So Chase Elliott, right there, he's off the throttle, even on the straight, to keep him running into the back of the car that's in front of him. That's how big the draft is. He's not even half throttle and sitting there running, 190 miles an hour. That's how big the draft is. And look, not even half throttle, even in a corner.
And you're thinking, okay, well, why don't you just go to the right, get on the outside of that car, or drive around them, right? You can pull out a line, mash the throttle wide open, and you'll drop to the back because of how much drag is introduced to the car in clean air. And so that's the fear. That's why he stays in line, because if you notice he jumps out of line.
I got a bad feeling about tonight. Chase Elliott's driving his ugliest paint scheme. And there's a lap car. They're catching him on the back straightaway, though, so it should be fine. Caught him in a good spot, middle of the back straightaway. Whole field should just blow by.
Look what Chase can see, and look what he can't see. He has no idea what's going on in the road in front. He can see the blue car just fine. He knows exactly what's happening with him. But if he has to slow down quickly because of what happens in front of him, he doesn't know it. And that's where the spotter says, hey, they're stacking up, You got to start lifting early because you just cannot see it.
Well, talk about things Chase can see. You can see out the window, but look at this. I don't know what else to say other than a conglomeration of mirrors. We have mirror 1, mirror 2 being the digital, and the big mirror like you have in your car at home, right? So it's interesting to me, drivers, that digital mirror, the middle one, that's a rear view camera off the roof. That's not only down low here at Daytona, up high, much like the other left side mirror. That's just going to be because of the banking. You're more, looking up that into the mirror in the window. You think that's normal? Yeah, I just think he wants all those options because he's not comfortable with just one, right? He's not
I always wondered if I was a driver, what would my mirror configuration be? I feel like I'd be a traditionalist. Just give me the one mirror, although the digital camera is nice.
Some good angles that you're seeing or you're used to in the original mirrors. I would probably feel
Riley Herbst is leading the line with Harvick behind him.
Especially at this racetrack where the spotter is so important and you need to be able to see everything going on around you, Marty.
Junior 6 to go here in stage 1, and tonight will be about track position and a game of inches. In fact, it's so tight. Tyler Reddick's team told them a moment ago they were not in a position to get stage points. They said drop back and save fuel. Their whole purpose for that, Parker, is that when they pit in stage 1, they're pitting and the leaders who are up front burning more fuel.
5 to go. Outside line's coming.
Leading this line led by Chase Briscoe earlier in the race and led 22 laps, but then was overtaken by those Toyotas. They may have a culprit 2 rows behind, or at least 2 cars behind them, and that is that 21 of Harrison Burton. About 10 or so laps ago, he came on the radio and said he was very swirly and then was...
If you're on Bubba Watch, we have 3 repeat winners, 1 car already locked in, and a part-time driver not eligible running top 5. So, and you're in position to get stage points here.
Lost track position late here in stage 1. They talk about the third car in line. That third car in line is what helps the second car get connected to the leader. Without the help from the third car, the front 2 will never get connected to be able to really make pushes happen. You see the 54 losing the bottom of the racetrack out of the
54 had himself a moment there. That's going to surge that outside line ahead. Here comes Herbst with Harvick. Watching a cup race, talking about Riley Herbst possibly taking the lead. Well, good for Chad Fincham, Caden. One little bobble on that inside from Ty Gibbs, and it's going to give Herbst and Harvick the lead. Oh, Denny! Denny, what the fuck? He's not even clear. Now Denny's got... Oh, Denny covered both lines. Boy, that was... Holy hell. I thought Denny was gone. I thought he was hooked. And it would have been his own fault. Man, it was close. Denny moves up to cover the tops, and he got Truex Hamlin on the front row.
And now, 3 laps to go in stage 1. A message from Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR.
Well, good for fucking Powerball.
You have to be in the race to be in the race.
Oh, shut up. Whole field's 2x2 again. Caden, the Fords are just really good at super speedways. I shouldn't be surprised to see Herbst doing so well here. Qualified well, and he stayed up here. 2 to go.
Well, the Toyotas, they got in that outside lane to get this position, and then when they got there, they split. Now you have Toyotas...
Hamlin back to the bottom. I'm worried about Herbst causing a big one. He's not been driving too erratic, but he's had some close calls tonight with Bubba and now with Denny. Denny's trying to have his cake and eat it too.
That's coming right there, though. He doesn't get in front of Truex. Truex now neck and neck off of turn 4. Coming to the white flag.
If Truex can get the results he deserves on super speedways just once, he's been really good this year. Denny's leading at 1 to go.
He's going to cross the finish line first. He's able to block both lines, get the run, and get the shove off of the 36. See if it happens again down the back straightaway. He's going to box that 36.
Denny. Harvick makes a move. Hangs out the 36. Hamlin comes down to block Harvick. Stall that run. Here comes a push to Truex from Bell. Herbst got shuffled on the 1 to go. Oh, Denny. Denny got put in the middle by Kevin Harvick. Harvick around the top. Logano with him. Cindric with him. Hamlin's getting shuffled. They're 3 wide mid-pack. Truex going to win the stage. Stage winner MTJ. They shuffled Denny. They shuffled Riley Herbst. Great move by Harvick. Bubba Wallace 6. That's good for points. Although Gibbs did get stage points as well.
3 wide. Fighting for those points. Mark Truex Jr., the current regular season
there you have it.
Leader, grabs a couple more.
Herbst's inexperience in the Cup Series there definitely came into play. But credit to Herbst. He didn't do anything reckless. He didn't want to be the guy to take out full-time guys. I mean, he could have raced Denny a lot differently. There was a moment down the back where Herbst could have made the move that Harvick made, but Herbst ain't racing for stage points. He's just racing to stay in the race and try to win it later. So he didn't make the move. Harvick did. He got hung out. So it's just a product of his situation in this race. I think he did a good job there. Be right back. Herbst definitely has the card to win it, but he got played there big time. And Truex just held it steady and walked into a stage win. That'll just about cement the regular season championship, I would imagine. It's close. He pretty much already, it was going to take a lot for Denny to pull it away from him tonight. I'm not surprised nobody crashed. A couple of little close calls, but this is the Cup Series. These guys have gotten pretty smart. They saved their crashing for really late in the race. See Daytona 500 earlier this year. Good race so far.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR is brought to you by
Now pit road, where it's going to get interesting.
Sonic. Sonic.
I had Sonic earlier.
By Credit One Bank, a credit card company. Great crowd here on hand to see this, the season finale for the Cup Series. The regular season determined at the end of this race, as well as the playoff contenders.
So one of the challenges here at Daytona was so many cars on the lead lap. Everyone expects to pit right here. It's a reasonable sized pit road, but a lot of different agendas. 2, 4, gas. Going to have great communication between crew chief and driver.
We will have pit stops in the middle of stage 2. This is a 60 lapper. Even pitting here, they'll have to pit again later. Austin Hill to the lead. Gas only. Everybody else seems to have taken 4. I'm assuming they did gas only. He didn't miss his pit stall, did he? We'll run to the bathroom. Be right back. So you know how I mentioned I might have to cancel the Jay and Silent Bob cruise? I might still be going after all. I don't know for sure, though. We haven't canceled yet. So.
Marty, you got a very special guest down there with you.
We shall see.
Anytime you can hang out with the 15-time Super Motocross champion Ricky Carmichael, the GOAT as we call him around NBC Sports. It's a great day. You got to drive the pace car today. I mean, you've raced in the Xfinity Series, Truck Series, all the motocross success as well. How cool was that, though?
Oh, it was an absolute blast. And Briscoe gave me a little love tap from behind there. It's a lot of fun. I love this place, Daytona International Speedway. It's so much fun. And to lead these drivers to the green, it was epic.
So you're one of only a couple of guys who've had a perfect season. This kid, Jet Lawrence, 20 years old. He's coming after you for 31-0, man. How incredible is he, in your opinion?
He's one of the best that the sports has ever seen, and I think he has what it takes to break all the records. I really do. If he chooses to race is that long to get the job done, he's an incredible talent. He's generational. He's great for the sport. A great leader for young kids coming up, and I can't wait to watch him at the inaugural season of the SMX playoffs. World Playoffs starts in Charlotte, September 9th. Will be on USA.
How excited are you for that, to see these guys go head-to-head in a playoff?
I think they're just here to bullshit and talk about the race. I don't know. Then again, who the fuck doesn't have NBC? Like, NBC is a free channel to literally everyone.
Because he designs the course here at Daytona every year. He told us almost finished for next year. Ricky Carmichael, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, hanging out here on pit road at Daytona.
Yeah, RC, so impressive. He actually referenced the first playoff for the Super Motocross World Championship playoffs. That one's going to be September 9th at 3 o'clock on USA at ZMAX Dragway, then 8 p.m. on Peacock at Chicagoland for playoff 2, and the championship, Steve, 10 p.m. USA at the LA Coliseum.
Yeah, so if you're just hearing about this for the first time, what is this? Think of Supercross. It's kind of in the different venues.
What's up, Alex?
That's a Supercross series that runs in the spring.
I might play Texas Chainsaw Massacre after this race if you're interested. It'll be later, though, a couple more hours.
Line them up for 3 events.
Considering it.
Great idea. Listen, racing worldwide and nationwide, it's in a great spot. 2 wheels, 4 wheels, road courses, ovals.
Michael McDowell's laying low tonight so far.
Right along on the Coke Zero Sugar, Daniel Suarez.
You're right there. That's just saving gas. You're gonna hear
Kyle Busch got a penalty.
Trying to reduce time on pit road. You see on the bottom left, Kyle Busch had a penalty. He'll have to start at the tail of the field. This stage longer. This one's 56 laps, so it will require a pit stop.
Yeah, there will be a pit stop in this stage.
As they come through the restart zone.
Paul's son and his band, his new band. I remember when the Dobbs were on Kiss Crew 6, they were a decent little band.
We'll see who has the advantage and which line has the most.
Don't look now, but Joey Logano's on the front row here for this. He and Kevin Harvick work exceptionally well together, and it's showing right here. It showed at the end of the stage. It's showing at the start of this one. Now Joey Logano's the leader.
So they can't continue to push down the back straightaway. They get back together here at the end of the straightaway into turn 3. And Harvick came to play tonight. Yeah,
Harvick's last Daytona race. Harvick hasn't won at Daytona since 2010.
Great job. Came in running 5th, came out with the lead. Now Logano's job is to keep the lead. Do not give up that track position.
Momentum on the outside. Here comes Martin Truex Jr. with the help of Bell.
Man, Truex is a great car. Truex's car is really good out front.
Little side drafting.
Hamlin may be a little faster, but I like the way Truex's car handles.
Three wide, a little bit deeper in the field.
Yeah, deep in the field they are 3 wide. Oh, Alex, you know that Caleb Johnson guy from American Idol that opened for Kiss? He's playing in my hometown as we speak. He's over at the Isothermal Theater in my hometown right now. I never thought much of him, but hey, he's here.
You see, one car there bailing on that idea. numbers up there, not enough cars to be able to create enough energy.
Big push on that outside line now. Started to run. Harvick in the back of the 22, halfway down the back straightaway.
Daniel Suarez in the 99, Bubba Wallace in the 23.
Now they're broken up. Big gap between.
So we play GTA after this. Okay, I'll play GTA after this.
Suarez get up now. The 20's got to be
We can do that. It'll be a couple more hours.
might be able to get the 4 clear.
Could be 3 hours, this fucking race. But it's been a clean race so far. It's going by fast. We're on lap 44 of 160. So
The car length gap between Mark Truex Jr. and teammate Christopher Bell, so he loses that momentum.
that 3-wide line is getting closer and closer to the front, by the way, everyone watching.
Already more aggressive than stage 1. You can see a lot more pushing, a lot
The
more.
whole field's completely jumbled up.
Now Harvick's finally clear. Back comes the 19 of Truex. Will he get stalled out on the side of the 99 car for third? He does.
3-wide getting closer to the front. Kyle Busch is in that line. He had a penalty, had to go to the back, and now he's almost back to the front.
Christopher Bell in that car. Bubba Wallace is behind him. Another Toyota. Those three are trying to link up now.
Suarez riding along with him with a Coca-Cola Zero Sugar can. He is in a must-win situation. He came in here with an outside shot of getting it in points, but after stage 1, the way
For all the playoff bubble burst watchers, Daniel Suarez is third.
he's gonna get in is by winning.
He's a win and in driver.
AJ Allmendinger starting to make it work up there.
And yeah, Allmendinger and Kyle Busch.
There with him.
Chase Elliott surging to the front. Bubba Wallace back in the picture. And they pick up the third line. Chase Elliott does. Bubba stays committed to his teammates in front of him.
Take me to the front.
And now Chase Elliott is up to about 5th place. 3 wide on the top.
Started the back of the field, Marty. Here he is, driven himself to the front.
3 wide. It can work.
Really rolling now, and we
Talladega earlier this year was not an aberration. This can work. If it can work at Daytona, it can work anywhere.
on with the Cheddars on board. You're riding
Because Daytona's a lot more narrow. We wondered if they could even do this at Daytona. They did it at Talladega. Now they're doing it here.
Leaders up front, lifting, trying to save fuel to make it closer to the end of the stage. So when they see them lifting, they develop that third lane, and it's working.
Chase Elliott, AJ Allmendinger.
Using that third lane.
Yeah, the third lane is definitely more competitive than normal, and the 9
Woo.
time perfect guys.
Truex went from leading the race to 3 wide in the middle. Cars all around him.
How do you get track position? That's the only way to do it. Otherwise, on pit road.
Logano leaves the top open for Elliott. No stupid blocks this early, thank God.
2-lane racing. Everyone from the third row on back could not gain any track position. But now that we have a
Oh
third
boy, we're just asking for trouble with this.
we may be able to see cars actually work their way through the field. With
Ooh, Chase Elliott.
the car,
Little bump from Allmendinger there.
he has his hand.
Kyle Busch. That is unbelievable. Kyle Busch from 32nd to 3rd place in about 5 laps. Unbelievable. And now Chase goes to the bottom, and AJ's going to take the lead. I think Chase just used that line to get up here, get to the more comfortable line to preserve track position, and he gave AJ the top. So now AJ's leading.
3 wide. Now everybody has said, hey, that outside lane works.
That third line works.
People trying to migrate into it. People in
Opens up a whole new world of possibilities now.
The deal is, if you're in the 5th, 6th row, you're just hoping your road gets moving. There's nothing you can do but push and shove.
Here it comes again. Chase Elliott on that lower line, trying to take the lead once again at Daytona.
The 22 Logano almost up into the door of the 8 car there.
Kyle Busch got a big shove. He transferred it to the 16. It's
Allmendinger takes the lead. Kyle Busch second. Stenhouse third. With Chase Elliott side by side, and they go to commercial. Wow, what a battle. I'm waiting for the leaderboard to flash yellow during the commercial. Did you guys see Tom Brady at the Raiders game tonight wearing all black? Just imagine an AJ Allmendinger win. Or imagine being the poor bastard that takes Chase Elliott out of this thing. Oh. Just deactivate all your social media. Alex, I wish you had Gotham Knights. I've been thinking about playing it again lately, but I need a partner. I needs a partner. I want to delete. Next time I play Gotham Knights, I'm just going to delete my save and start completely over again. Gotham Knights, not Arkham. Did I say Arkham Knight? Gotham Knights. Next time I play Gotham Knights, I'm just going to delete all my progress. Yeah, don't be the one to take out Elliott. I see on the leaderboard now he has taken the lead again at lap 50. Kyle Busch was 32nd at the restart and was third 5 laps in. It can be done. It's not as easy as it used to be, but it can be done. That's an unbelievable drive by Kyle Busch. They're 3 wide again. Oh, boy, big checkup here. Logano playing 3 line. They're 3 by 3 behind Logano for the lead. It's making me scared, man. It's too early for this. We are not even halfway. Elliott, Gibbs, Logano, Harvick, Allmendinger, Kyle Busch. Those are the first 2 cars in each of the 3 lines. Somebody just gets air taken off the side of their car at the wrong time. We saw it with Jeb Burton last night. Don't push the tri-oval.
Control. Look how insane this is. I mean, this is 190 miles an hour.
I've seen them hit 195 down the straightaway.
And nobody's bailing out. Only a couple drivers are like, hey, I don't want nothing to do with this. Everyone else.
They go about 180 to 183 alone, but in the draft they hit 195 or a little higher. Oh! Oh! Chase! 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 Oh, 4 wide in the tri-oval. They're not done yet. Get in the bottom, Chase. There you go. There you go. Woo! That was a season-altering moment that just got avoided there. Stenhouse kind of leaned on Chase, and Chase chased the car up off the corner and got into Stenhouse, and hell, that was almost a day-ender for half the field. Don't look now, but old Ross Chastain's up in this mix now.
Lap 19 of stage 2. The guys on the bottom are having the hardest time keeping their cars low.
Austin Hill's top 10.
Allmendinger, who has self-proclaimed doesn't like this style of racing. Well, it's working out for him right now. He's got a good pusher in the 8 of Kyle.
Got his teammate Justin Haley in 3rd.
Take control of the race. That's what he's doing.
AJ's car looked loose going into turn 1 there. You rarely see a car look loose on a super speedway with the way these cars are glued to the ground now. I saw AJ's car get loose as he turned into the corner there.
It's like Kevin Harvick, in his final year, he's in the playoffs, but he's out here right in the middle of the danger zone. And I imagine he's having a pretty good time.
Chastain, 3 wide up the middle for the lead. No real push behind him, but damn, they're 3 wide.
Ross was in that outside lane about 2 laps ago, and he hung a left and just jumped in the middle. Now he's fighting for the lead.
I think Chastain led that lap through the middle lane.
The 22 of Logano.
That's good news for Ross Chastain.
No choo-choo train racing tonight.
And they actually made a second
No choo-choo train racing tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
On the track, he's very good. Remember his statement earlier this week? Our one goal is to get the 99 into the playoffs. That's his teammate. Unfortunately, the 99 Suarez dropped back for handling issues. He's at the front now.
Suarez has a bad handling car. Implications. Denny Hamlin has dropped to the back. He's running back there with Brennan Poole right now. Hamlin, Corey LaJoie, and Brennan Poole are bringing up the rear while these maniacs run 3 wide at the front. Chastain's leading again. Push coming out of the tri-oval there, AJ. Take it easy.
There's going to be situations like this right here that don't look comfortable. I promise you, the driver that's in the middle of this pack, 4 rows back, doesn't want to be there. But if they give up that track position, they know the longer this race goes, the harder it will be to get it back. Where are you going to go?
What lane do you block, Ross? Just stay in the middle. Kyle Busch is a great pusher.
Where are you going to go? How are you going to drive back through the field when it's just like this?
I credit Kyle Busch for single-handedly making this race chaotic. He dragged this line to the front and pushed AJ from 30th place to the lead.
This is not a wide racetrack like Talladega. 3 wide, lap after lap after lap with bad handling cars. Well, the time bomb's ticking.
Yes, it is. We got green flag pit stops coming up here in a bit. How are they going to get from 3 wide to single file for the pit stops?
Daytona, it's too big. The lap's too long. AJ Allmendinger out in front.
Oh, another full screen commercial. This is killing me. Remember when the summer Daytona race used to be commercial free? We had it so good back in the day. It's the best broadcast every year, a commercial free Daytona race. Please don't tell me I just found about another death. Oh, boy. Harley Quinn died. The original Harley Quinn. Arlene Sorkin died. Damn. Another one. God damn. Terry Funk, Bray Wyatt, Bob Barker. Now fucking Harley Quinn's dead. Damn. Yeah, we just found out about another one. God, they're taking all the cool people away from us. Damn. Everybody's getting old. Arlene Sorkin, the original voice of Harley Quinn, who had the most awesome voice. Let's try to go a week without losing anybody else, right? Please. Whole field still 3 wide, or are we getting ready for pit stops? Hold on, Joe Logano and his fucking chia pet hair have to tell us to drink a Coke Zero.
You watching the Coke Zero Sugar 400?
You inhale that down the wrong pipe, Joey?
Right on the edge of control. We have seen
Yeah, look at those Coke bottles instead of the goddamn race that's going on right now. Okay, they're getting single file for pit stops. It's Chastain, Logano, Truex, Bill, Priest, Ty Gibbs, Harvick, Kyle Busch, Stenhouse, and Blaney. They're getting ready for pit stops, I figure. That 3 wide shit finally went away. But it shall return with a vengeance. You know this. Harvick and Kyle Busch go to the top to try to bring the second line back.
But a lot of the cars that tend to run really well at the start of the stage struggle right around this time. The bottom groove gets harder to hold.
That's right. That's why you saw
Kyle Busch 3 wide at the top by himself.
What was the fast lane at the very top for Kyle Busch before is going to drag him all the way to the back of the line because nobody wants to go there anymore. Cars just do not drive well enough of 3 wide.
It's amazing how fast they're going.
Shocked to see Bubba Wallace at the back right now.
We take a look at the progressive telemetry on Ryan.
I think we're going to have our first major problem with green flag pit stops. That's where I predict the first major issue could happen.
He's got the gas mashed wide open. He's using the brake pedal a little bit to keep himself from driving into the car in front of him. We'll see him lift off the throttle sometimes right there. A little bit of brake gas. Pretty incredible the dancing they're doing down there on the pedals. Everybody in the field that's not in the very front of each line is doing exactly this right here with their feet, managing the gap to the car in front of them.
194 miles an hour, and they're trying to stay within inches of each other.
It's gotten calmer, but the car's still driving poorly. Todd Gilliland, by the way, in the 38 car, he just came down pit road. He's got
Todd Gilliland pitted under green, an oil leak.
Unfortunate for the sophomore driver.
I thought Gilliland would have had a chance tonight with the speed that those cars have. You saw how fast the 36 was.
Let's see what he does down here in turn 1 and 2. Able to hold it wide open all the way to corner exit. Saw a lift in the last lap in the middle of turn 3 and 4, but then he planted the throttle for the exit of the corner and had a great run down the hill off turn 4.
He's far enough away from the 4 car now that he's just running wide open. He does not have to lift at all to keep him running into the back of him. The car behind Blaney is not right behind him, giving him a push. Now as he starts to gain on him, he's got to regulate that speed. He can't just jump up to him real quickly.
And this outside line is driving by that inside line. The inside, when the cars start to handle poorly, they can't get to each other's back bumper as often and do as much work to keep the lead car running fast enough to sustain the lead.
Steve, when are you starting to give your driver some information as far as when we're going to come to pit, who we're pitting with?
I'm wondering when they'll pit.
I plan before this run started, and I'm not going to talk to him until we're about 5 laps away, maybe even less. At this point, I want all his focus on what's going on the racetrack. He's only going to need 2 or 3 laps. Now, if we continue to see 2 or 3 wide like this, you give your driver like a 5-lap window just so he doesn't get parked in the 3rd lane up top. But this takes every bit of focus. It's like when we ride the rail car, Rick.
Ryan Priest came out of nowhere. He's 3rd.
I'm giving you directions, Steve. It's not nagging.
Okay, well, I'm not giving these guys directions. I'm going to stay off the radio.
My experience is, Steve, Rick would not need to be your spotter.
Look at this run right here Stenhouse is going to have.
Big run off the top.
We're riding along with Pittman's onboard camera to see it.
Yeah, the cars on the inside starting to struggle off of turn 2. That's a corner that you always had handling issues with during the old surface. Car just starting to get loose or really tight off of the corner. Both ends really turn 4 as well.
And Dale, I'm seeing the same thing you're seeing. So if I'm one of the crew chiefs on pit road, I'm starting to wonder, do I need to change my plan? Do we have to have fresher tires on at the end of this race, Marty?
And Steve Allen Gustafson saw that as well. About 10 laps ago, he asked Chase Elliott as we ride on board with the Coke Zero Sugar onboard camera for Chase Elliott, how was the bottom line? At that point, he was in the bottom line. Here's Chase Elliott's response.
Yeah, I don't really love it. I mean, I don't really see what I'm gaining here. But
It's a crapshoot right now if you're not in the top 5. So I see what Chase is saying. I don't really know what we're gaining here. It's calmed down for now. Guys are getting ready for pit stops here. Chase is 6th place right now with a teammate behind him.
But yes, you have to
you and your spotter and crew chief.
Choo-choo train is now forming.
What is it that you're seeing? What is it that you're feeling? What happened in the last run? Did the top work? Did the bottom work? You got to pay attention to the trends because they tend to repeat themselves. Cars start handling worse, but they handle bad. The outside started working. That's where experience matters. That's where a great crew chief, a great driver, that communication, Steve, sometimes happens just between the crew chief and the spotter. The driver doesn't inherit until they've made a decision.
That's that channel 2 that Marty was asking about earlier that Chase had to go to. That's normally what Alan would use to talk to the spotter. If the car itself is on channel 2 and channel 1's not working, now they're one tool down for the rest of the field.
Alan Gustafson went to high school at Seabreeze High.
Chastain, Logano, Priest, Harvick, Blaney. Ryan Priest is the highest running must-win driver. Chase Elliott 6th, Almirola 9th for your must-wins. It's too intense to watch. Yeah, Alex, I was just talking about that. I found out right in the middle of this stream that Arlene Sorkin died. That's such a bummer. She had the best voice. Like, I know she was the first voice for that character, but I can't imagine any other voice. Like, even Margot Robbie is channeling Arlene Sorkin, the whole, Brooklyn accent and all that. Just the best voice. Arkham Asylum was the last time she played Harley Quinn. It was funny. The Arkham games were so good. Even like Arkham Asylum, the first game was so good that Mark Hamill was like, you know what, this might be my last one. And then Arlene Sorkin decided, yeah, Arkham Asylum was my last time. So, and she stuck to it. She hasn't been Harley since. I know Mark Hamill said Kevin Conroy dying put the seal on that. Yeah, he's done. He says he can't be Joker anymore. He doesn't have his Batman. So, yeah, in Arkham Asylum, she was awesome. I wish she had stuck around for Arkham City. Because Arkham City's so good, and Arkham Knight's just as good as the other two. So I wish she was in those games. Especially in Arkham Knight, because Harley's got a big role in Arkham Knight. She's got a lot more to do in that game. And we're back. They can't stay single file, can they? Even with pit stops looming. Still fighting for position. Blaney's leading the bottom line with Elliott and Larson now. Logano shoving the shit out of Ross Chastain down the backstretch. Damn, what a push from Elliott to Blaney. And Blaney hit the side draft in mid-corner, but now Logano's back to the bumper of Ross. I want Logano pushing me. As far as best pushers in this race, I'm looking at Kyle Busch and Joey Logano. They have been the best pushers. Elliott's making a case now with the way he's shoving Blaney. Certain guys, certain cars just push better than they lead. Some guys are just unbelievable at pushing at the right time and carrying the speed. We're a few laps from halfway.
And just moving him around. Parker.
Well, to see Chase Elliott make his way back to the front, he has a dedicated drafting partner behind him. That blue and white car right there of Kyle Larson. That team telling me, yes, our goal tonight is to either push the 9 or the 48.
Wow. Kyle Larson's team have flat out said, our goal tonight is to make sure Chase Elliott wins or Alex Bowman wins. Now, I know if Larson has a chance to win the race for himself and those two aren't out there, he'll take it, but he's here to help the 9 because as of now, the 9 is the best running car of their team that needs to win.
Cars on the bottom were handling badly. His lane broke up, and he is back in 28th place right now, all the way at the back of this pack.
Larson kind of owes Chase. You think about Fontana last year when he walled him, Watkins Glen when he ran him off the damn track to win both of those races. I think Larson owes Elliott. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Kyle Larson pay it forward tonight. Oh. Logano almost blocked Priest and almost caused a wreck. Priest got his nose in there. Credit to Priest. Priest has to win.
Worse than 11th at the end of stage 2 and won the race. Track position matters, and these drivers know it. You have got to run well early in this race to have a chance to win.
Right there on the edge of the screen, the black Monster Energy number 54 car trying to get up into this top 10 as we come to the end of the stage. 20 to go. Ty Gibbs, as they run, is 12 points behind Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is all the way
Blaney with a teammate behind him underneath Ross for the lead. This is the best Daytona Next Gen race, I think, so far.
In at least 3 waves. The trick is you can't come alone, but you don't want to come with 20 of your friends. Green flag pit stops is kind of like making a dinner reservation. It's easy to get a table for 6, maybe a table for 8. Try to get a table for 20. It's complicated. It's impossible. You do not want to pit with that many cars.
Thinking about Arlene Sorkin, I can't wait to play the Arkham games on Switch in October. October 13th, the Arkham games come out on Switch.
The car slowing down in front, they make contact. It is a very difficult pit road to get on when everybody's trying to do it together.
Ryan Blaney has the 22 of Joey Logano pushing him. 3 Fords lined up on the bottom with Kevin Harvick back there in the 4. Ross Chastain peeking on the outside, but Blaney now is blocking both lanes.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. And what he's trying to do is he's going up there to block the runs if he can, but he also wants to get energy off of the car that's behind him.
2 wide once again. Pit stops are coming. Green flag.
Please go side by side. Hey. Not a full screen commercial. Thank you. Good luck picking a winner right now. I haven't seen any clear-cut dominant car. So, yeah, can't pick a winner. Where the hell's William Byron? There's a few guys we just have not seen at all tonight. The 48, the 24, Michael McDowell. According to the ticker, Justin Haley's driving the RCR 31. That's funny. There's a few cars we just have not seen tonight. I couldn't even tell you what paint scheme William Byron's running tonight because we haven't seen him. Oh, Truex washed up off the corner mid-pack there. 3 wide in the middle. Stenhouse to the lead out of nowhere. Didn't see that coming. Darlington next Sunday. I'll be there. The day after Darlington's a holiday, so hopefully I don't have to get up at 8 in the morning and get on the goddamn computer the day after that. Woo! I might have to, though. I'm built for this shit. I'm good. 3 wide. Ugh. Oh, we got some pit stops. Stenhouse, Chastain, Bell, Gibbs, Reddick, Bubba. A lot of cars, a lot of Chevys and Toyotas, but not all the Chevys. Gas only for Ross Chastain.
Right, Marty, and for Ricky Stenhouse was leading this pack. It was just 4.8 seconds of fuel only as they rejoined right behind Ross Chastain.
Fuel only on all of them except for Truex. Tires on Truex.
They put 2 tires on Truex.
This should be the next wave of cars. We should see 3, maybe
A lot of Fords pulling off here.
Cars all turn left. Penske Fords lead the way.
All the Fords, and it looks like the 3 Colleague cars.
Ryan Blaney told his crew, not much I can do here, but the balance is pretty
Gas only again.
He'll get fuel only as well.
And Joe Logano's been very happy that handling that race car. You see it's just fuel only for him as they just wait on that for now. The 16 Agent Allmeyer also on pit road. That is fuel only as he was at back in this pack and he'll rejoin here. They all come off pit road.
Not
Fuel
clean
only.
for everyone. The 11 of Denny Hamlin, crew members over the wall.
Denny Hamlin's team over the wall too soon on a green flag stop.
There's the 11 now just leaving pit lane or serving his penalty.
Pass-through penalty for Denny Hamlin.
No takers this time under green, but as you see this,
Mostly Fords have remained on track.
you're going to see Hamlin trying to work his way off pit road. The 16 also with a penalty. Mistakes under green, you will lose a lap if you have to serve a penalty.
So now, how do they blend back out onto the racetrack? They were a giant pack.
My mistake, 15, not 16. A lot of race cars in these years of my life. 1.5, 1.6.
Whoa, Stenhouse.
Blocking already. We saw Christopher Bell trying to get around Eric Almirola in the 10 out in front. Buscher running second.
And the lap times for this group right here.
And here come the rest of the Fords and the remaining Chevrolets. Big. This is the biggest group we've seen yet. Ooh. Wow, man, how are guys not going to run into each other here? This is a mess. Elliott got held up by Corey LaJoie. Oh, Austin Dillon had to get to his box. I thought he was going to wipe out Chase. Gas only. Four tires for Almirola.
You see the pack that has already pitted. That's his group right here, led by the 12.
Fucking Corey LaJoie looking like Kevin LePage there for a second. Jeez.
Being pushed by the 20 of Bell. Too wide is going to make this
massive pack. Massive pack here.
There's a great idea of kind of the gap and what you look.
Is Keselowski really going to be that far out front? What a job by the 6 team. They did too good of a job. 10 to go here in the second stage.
And when the pit cycle is this close to the end of the stage,
oh my lord.
You just don't know it
oh my lord.
one big group again. I mean, you can see that they're kind of joining together, but almost from the back, right? I mean, when you look at cars off from pit road, I believe it's going to be the 6 of Keselowski that.
God, that's some close. Stenhouse is just crowding people.
The 21 and the 34 stayed out and ran a full lap by themselves. I thought that was an odd move that they made, but the field's gotten scattered up. So you see them right there. The field, now that they're double wide, they're not going to catch them at the same rate they would have.
Has Keselowski pitted yet?
Parker and Jeff Bessite can tell.
Yeah, Keselowski did pit. I'm not crazy.
For some reason, we're not able to get down. The other 4 teams didn't feel like they got the info. They both did fuel only, but yeah, they got disconnected.
What a great job by RFK. Keselowski and Buscher are going to cycle through the front here. Oh, well, maybe not. Kyle Busch and Suarez take them 3 wide. Maybe they won't cycle through to the front.
Look at that.
The real winners here are Burton, McDowell, Keselowski.
You're right. They're saved now by the energy of the draft.
Kyle Busch making great moves. Kyle Busch probably should have won the Daytona 500 this year. I think he's got a point to prove.
Is he far enough for him to clear? Almost. Here comes Burton back on the outside.
We're getting a shove there from the 99 of Suarez as the two working together. Coming up on 8 laps to go in stage 2.
So for your must-wins, Burton and Suarez running 1-2, Alex Bowman 4th.
The problem with pitting together is you can't get in there.
It's just changing all night long.
Those two cars that stayed out. Harrison ended up getting the lead because of that.
Harrison Burton, you see the list on the left.
Oh, big stack up here at the tri-oval.
To get into the playoffs. He's up front. Suarez now moves to his outside trying to take the lead.
Got a couple of slow cars right there.
Two slow cars ahead. That's not good.
The top can get a little bit of the draft off of those cars as we close in on them. You see the 99 trying to use a little
Riley
bit of the
Herbst
draft
and
off the
is that the
36
78?
there in front.
You mentioned those cars, Dale. Those are penalty cars, right? The 15 had a penalty, the 36 had a penalty. That's why right here, this is those two cars losing a lap. The 11 of Denny Hamlin also had a penalty. He's about half the straightaway ahead. We'll see if he can stay on the lead lap with 8 laps to go.
Red Straight giving us that perspective from Austin Dillon's car. And Austin trying to be aggressive now as he looked to the outside for just a moment of Alex Bowman. Austin Dillon has won here on the high banks of Daytona before.
Don't remind me. Austin Dillon has won on the hot banks of Daytona before. Don't remind me. Stacking up at the top line.
He's bringing that line back to the lead with the
And Kyle Busch is a great pusher. I'm surprised more cars didn't have shitty pit stops. Denny Hamlin's really the only one that got fucked over here. And Riley Herbst.
He's right there in the mix again.
Harrison Burton blocking all over the place. You don't need to win the stage. A stage win gets you nothing. You got to win the race. Big picture, man. I know you want to protect the track position, but come on. Just hold your line. As long as you're leading a line, you will get a push and get back to the front. I promise.
And hope that they stay committed to him like this 99 is on the back straightaway. Here comes that inside line, Brad Keselowski, one of the best pushers in the field.
Keselowski pushing Kyle Busch. Cats and dogs living together in harmony.
Hey, if you need a really good push, he can get it done.
About like that slot machine that Chase Elliott was talking about needing the jackpot. Well, you know,
Oh, my God. The Kim Burton cam's back. Oh, Jesus, fuck. We really got to sit here and watch this?
Kim Burton watching her son.
Jeff Burton must be so embarrassed.
This is exactly what she looked like when you were driving. Yep. So she knew I was going to mess it up.
A lot of shuffling around right here.
Oh, lots of aggressive moves.
Keselowski, he's making the move to the outside now of Alex Bowman. We'll see if they can keep the momentum.
Hey, didn't Suarez wreck Kyle Busch at the end of the straightaway in the dual race this year? He gave him a really bad bump there. Got him a little loose.
Not surprised to see him up here leading this field. RCR always strong.
Kyle Busch, Talladega winner, great in the Daytona 500. Yeah.
And Talladega over the years still put great effort into running well here. 3 wide, almost 4 wide back here. Kyle Busch's teammate Austin Dillon right there in the middle.
What is this going to do as we see this crazy 2 and 3 wide racing, 4 laps to go? This group is going to catch 2 cars that will be trying to stay on the lead lap. You see in the upper right, the 11 of Denny Hamlin on the map, just in front of the 8. That's to stay on the lead lap. So I don't believe they're going to pull over. They're going to try to blend at the front in the closing laps.
Yeah, this middle lane's not working very well right now. Keselowski did jump into it to try to make something happen.
Easy there, Ross. Easy there, Ross. Ross!
17.
Got so loose right
Fuck.
It's a couple times we've seen that one car out of shape.
I think a lot of people behind him lifted thinking he was going to wreck.
Chastain's up there driving it. Right now, though, that is allowing this inside line to break away. 3 laps to go on the stage. 4 cars broken away. No momentum coming from behind. They're racing each other. Joe Logano, William Byron, slowing each other down. Ty Gibbs, that 54, trying to push the 24 Byron down the back straightaway.
Hamlin, you see him trying to stay on the lead lap. Those two cars in front of this pack.
Look at that 24 and that 54 now. That puts that 54 in 5th place.
Coming up on 2 laps to go in stage 2.
AJ Allmendinger's trying to drive through this field as well. Back there in the 16 car. Now,
Holy fuck.
And Suarez with good momentum. That gets him moving the outside lane.
They're lapping Denny Hamlin, who had to serve a penalty.
just the bottom instead of the top. That's going to force this pack to do something a little bit different.
Pack is caught back up to these two. Kyle Busch and Suarez.
Ty Gibbs now in that 54. Where is Bubba Wallace? Ty Gibbs with an opportunity to get some stage points here. Bubba Wallace back in 21st.
Coming up on the final lap of stage 2. Big push from Blaney.
Like
That
this.
54.
Yeah, watch that move it did. It just pushed him out front.
Final lap. All clear for Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs going for a stage win.
Some of the best in the business in Daytona behind him.
We'll see how long Ryan Blaney stays with the 54.
Big push down the back straightaway. He might bail right here.
Gibbs, Blaney, Keselowski.
He's there. He's going
Outside line making a run. Blaney makes the move. Gibbs lets him have it. Smart move. Stay in the game.
teammate.
Keselowski loose off the nose of Kyle Busch. This top line's going to really get a run here. No. Oh, my God. Ryan Blaney just hit the wall hard. Look out, Chase. Chase made it through.
It brought so many people into
Brad Keselowski, stage winner. Oh, Lord.
big impacts.
Oh,
Only 6 cars
Lord
have gone
almighty.
through already. Look at how many cars involved. Harrison Burton in the 21 who was leading earlier. The 2 of Austin Cindric. Ryan Blaney, the hood up. This one has collected a lot of cars.
That's a big impact. Really big impact.
Wow.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Implications everywhere.
Can't get rolling.
Yeah, they're stuck. Flat tires and the frames are just stuck on the ground. Several of them just can't get moving.
The Daytona 500 winner from earlier, and the result's not going to be the same. There's Austin Dillon with so much damage. Left front wheel about to come off.
He was looking for the same magic from a year ago. This year, though, caught up in the wreck.
I can't believe. Do you guys see Chase Elliott get through that shit? Oh, my God. He was in it and came out on the other side without a scratch.
Kevin Harvick looks unscathed from this side. Blaney still catching his breath. Window net down, great sign.
AJ's done.
Keselowski, I believe, is going to get scored as the stage winner. AJ Allmendinger, the right front fender torn off of that.
And to Jeff's point, with both the front and the rear tires down, there's these basically rub blocks on the frame, and with this low profile tire at the speedways where you run the height so low and the spring so stiff, it just literally sits on those. So these cars may be able to continue in the race. They'll be assisted back to pit road by the tow trucks, but there's so many of them.
Here's Blaney climbing out of the 12. Again, it was Ty Gibbs getting into the back of Blaney, and Blaney turning into that outside wall.
Blaney's okay, thank God.
Which it was a massive impact. Some of these other cars could get rolling again.
AMR safety crew attending to all of these drivers.
Oh, sorry, let's see how it starts. Bad pushes start so many of these wrecks right there.
I'll be honest, I was watching that 54. He had a little bit of a wiggle before the push. If we slow it down, I saw that car just wiggle just a little bit before. It's hard to
Where
tell
did this
there,
start?
but there's like a little bit of a kind of a move where the car looks like it's getting uncomfortable and out of control. Massive.
Huge hit.
Massive
by
hit.
Blaney.
You saw that wall deflected, did a great job, but look at all the damage. That is a massive impact for Blaney.
safer barrier has styrofoam behind the wall. And he hit it about as hard as we've seen someone hit a wall here.
I feel like there was some contact, and then another
Right there. Right.
Well, he's in the back of him.
Well, he's not quite there yet. He pushes him. They get away from each other. There's a little bit of a gap between them.
These wrecks always seem to start.
Look at Chase. Look at Chase.
And we've seen the benefit in
Chase Elliott with the Austin Dillon look there.
Contact right. There's movement right
A little
there.
bump from Bill to Gibbs into Blaney. Just
per se, like he didn't hit him hard.
shit happens, man.
When you hit a guy in the corner and his car is already loose, you're putting yourself in.
Austin Dillon got damaged because he sped it. Chase Elliott slowed down, and Austin Dillon tried to speed through it and tore his shit up. What's up, DFS? Big one. God, Blaney took that. I hate to say it. He took the fucking Earnhardt hit on that deal. Oh, my God. They've really just red flagged the race. I know it was a bad wreck, but damn. You went to the Packers game today? Did you have fun? I know it was shitty preseason football, but did you have fun? I think it's fun just going and checking out the stadium. I mean, yeah, preseason games are always boring and shitty, and you don't really learn anything from them, but the tickets are cheap. It's a good chance to see the stadium. They did play in Lambeau today, didn't they? It wasn't an away game, right? Preseason's like the most relaxing football you could go watch. If you want to go see your favorite team's uniforms and not be stressed out for 3 hours, go to a preseason game. And yeah, Blaney hit hard. The front impact, rear tires came off the ground, up on the banking. But the real story is Chase Elliott getting through that wreck. That's insane. I thought he was gone. Thought it was over. Somebody break the wall? Is that why we're having to do this? Well, good news, Bubba Wallace. Ty Gibbs is out of the race. AJ Allmendinger's out of the race. That's a couple of must-win guys. Cindric is a must-win guy out of the race.
I guess craziness. These drivers had been going for lap after lap, and it finally happened, and it happened up front again. Is it a surprise that we saw a big one here?
Yeah, I can't say it's a surprise. It's unfortunate, but it's a product of the racing, being so close. They had avoided something like this quite a few times. And as we take a look at the replays, guys, pushing in the corner, never a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea. Yeah, and Jeff Burton said it great.
Let's roll call. Blaney, Gibbs, Bill, Reddick, Stenhouse, Allmendinger, Brennan Poole, Austin Dillon, Harrison Burton. Chris Buescher got spun. I don't know if he hit anything.
And that's just what we see Christopher Bell get into the back of Ty Gibbs, turns Ty Gibbs.
And the gates of heaven open up for Keselowski to pass through and get the stage. Look at that wall.
No idea that was coming, and that is a tremendous hit.
Yeah, he snapped right as well as Ty Gibbs. And, you know, we all just got
The Nashville wreck and this wreck for Blaney here. I hope he's doing all right. That's a couple of really bad wrecks this year for Blaney.
This to happen maybe 15 laps ago, and so I thought it had settled out a little bit, even though we were coming to the end of the stage. That just came out.
This is Stenhouse is on board. Yeah. Bowman got a little bit of that, but he looks like he got away mostly clean.
Really good spot to do that. So they, the cars are driving the worst that they have been, but they're trying to make the most they can.
And yeah, we have seen tires not make a big difference here. You see Chase Elliott, he's not really navigating. He's just holding the steering wheel straight at this point in time, because we've all been in these races where you just make a decision and stand behind it. But
can't believe Elliott gets through this. That onboard camera looked ridiculous.
4 seconds or so gas in it, and it unbalances the car. It takes the car to a different place than you're used to. And you're in this. And I think the
you see Herbst charge into that and spin out? That looked so funny to me. That was like a Danica move. Bubba made it through. Oh, yeah, Bubba had to stop to get through. Jesus Christ.
It's good for them because they're going through unscathed. It's half the field to race against now, so it gives them better opportunity.
And this just reminds us of how close they are on the edge of uncontrol. And that's the problem that I think we see them for almost 63 laps.
It didn't take out all the must-winners, but it took out a few.
Really good, and it must not be that difficult. But then one little mistake, one little wiggle out of the 54, a push that gets him turned sideways.
Have mercy.
This happens. Over 16 cars involved. Red flag is out here at Daytona.
Yeah, one thing for sure, the wall did its job. It got pushed to the absolute limit, but it did its job.
So many flashing lights as we see the safety crews and the tow trucks. They are positioned in behind these cars to get ready to push everybody at the same time to pit road. Let's go there now to Dave.
And Rick with a special story. Thanks to Toyota, folks with limited mobility have an amazing new way to experience NASCAR. It's called the Mobility Pit Box. Toyota's global vision for the future is mobility for all, and being true to that message, they created a standard-sized pit box like the race teams use with universal accessibility for a few lucky fans who might otherwise never get close to NASCAR racing. Now, this weekend, it is parked at Pit Inn. They saw all of that action right in front of them just a few minutes ago. Sam and Elise and Tara and Trish, they saw all the action down here, and they saw it, by the way, with monitors and scoring. They've got air conditioning down here. This actually detaches.
Oh my God! I just found out Ryan Blaney hit so hard the fucking belts broke. I don't know how he got out of that car. Okay, this is the belts broke. Holy fuck. That has me shaking.
I want to go to the mobility pit box at some point. Now I got to tell you one more quick little story. Elise is actually a Toyota athlete, and it was her and Sam who had the initial discussion with Toyota at the track one weekend and said, hey, we're huge NASCAR fans. Can you help Sam, who's on wheels, have better access to the track? That's how it came about. Toyota did the rest, and it's a great new plan. Rick, I think it's going to be a huge hit.
Yeah, and we love the ingenuity and the outside-the-box thinking of everybody involved in NASCAR to make sure that every fan is included and can have a great opportunity to witness what's going on. We're riding right here, sitting with the Toyota onboard of Bubba Wallace. Remember, so many of these drivers fighting.
Chase and Bubba got really lucky there, and Blaney's lucky to be alive.
In 64 laps. The playoff field is set in 64 laps.
Well, and the task for Bubba Wallace has become clear, in my opinion, with that record.
Fired up.
And where Daniel Suarez finished in
Get it going again. We got some more wrecking to do.
The new winner is the only thing that will eliminate him from the pit box. Now, he wants to be that new winner and lock himself in. But now, you know, isn't about counting points, it's counting positions. The best defense, a good offense.
So now it's simple. If there is a repeat winner, Bubba Wallace is in the playoffs. Nobody can beat him on points now. So it's going to take a repeat winner to help him, or he can win himself. But if we get a new winner, he's still fucked. So, Cindric's out. Austin Dillon's got damage. AJ's out. Burton's got a lot of damage. Bowman got a little damage. Gibbs is out.
So cars being pushed into their pit stalls. Anyone that's been involved in this accident, they'll be on the DVP, the damaged vehicle policy. A lot are involved in this one.
I'll get you, Mr. Rossi. Stupid fucking meme. Well, I think everybody's alive, so shake it off. Let's move on. It's pretty crazy if a seatbelt broke. Like, damn, dude. How the hell's he not hurt? I know what that looked like, and that's why I got worried for a second. You guys know that part of the thing that killed Earnhardt was that he didn't have his seat belts installed properly. That contributed to his fatal injuries.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by Little Caesars. Convenience, taste, great. Order online for pizza portal pickup or delivery. So under the yellow flag after the big one has happened, 62 laps now to go, and numerous cars have been on pit road, had some work done.
Don't worry, Stenhouse, it's just a flesh wound. That car's fine.
Lost that lap because he was spinning in that wreck. I don't think he has a ton of damage, but he was not able to get the free pass. Now, I'll be honest, when I say I don't so many cars on and off pit road with tape and parts and pieces that we're going to have to kind of get a new.
Do not get the speed.
Oh, the other thing, Steve, to get off of that DVP, they've got to hit minimum speed.
Yeah, they have to basically run minimum speed, which they need the race to go.
Stenhouse's car is coming down the straightaway sideways. I don't think that car is going to run.
In the right direction, as you can see, that one doesn't have.
Some of these guys, Steve, may know that
Yeah, they're patching up AJ's car. They're
they
trying.
can go out and make a lap or 2 or 3. They might beat somebody by 1 or 2 spots.
So, with all of this going on, you said it.
At least we got over halfway through before all hell broke loose.
Chase Elliott has had some ups and downs, but we talked about the 3 different cameras. Well, under this most recent red flag, Chase talked to his team about that digital camera, the one in the middle.
The camera is pointed up. Like I can't see the spoiler anymore. It's up so high. I can't hardly use it. So just trying to readjust my vision because that's what I've been looking at all night. Want some tape to cover that thing? Can you reach it? I mean, I can reach it fine. It's a distraction and I'm not going to be looking at it. You know, like my eyes go to it and I got to get them going to the mirror.
So basically, you know, he's saying that, hey, I know it's not right, but in the heat of battle, I'm going to keep looking at it, so I want it to completely cover it up. So the camera, it's hard to see because it's kind of in the name and the sponsors, but it's right there on the back of the roof. It's kind of like the one that points forward. You see the one on the front of the roof? There's a smaller, more blended in one at the back of the roof. It's fixed. So when he says it's pointed up, that tells me the camera, like within the housing, must have pushed its way up. And now we're zooming in as he's messing with it.
Well, and Steve, they made the comment, can you reach it to put tape on it? Why wouldn't one of the crew members just put tape on the actual camera in the back to get it so that it's black?
Well, you should run down there and suggest it. I wouldn't have thought about that. That's a pretty good idea.
NASCAR probably wouldn't like that.
This is also a good example. You wonder why they run an old-style mirror and a digital mirror. Well, this is why. The digital mirror, if it breaks, you've got that old-style mirror as a backup.
And let's go to Barney. He's with Ryan Blaney.
Rick, it's good to see Ryan Blaney walk out of the infield care center.
All right, Blaney, damn.
From your perspective, and are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I don't really know what happened. I saw, the replay, and I'm guessing the 54 just got turned in my right rear, and unfortunately we got in the fence. So yeah, it stinks. A lot of cars got tore up. Thought we made a good move to try to. Yeah, it looks like you kind of got him in a weird spot, and that's not fun. Yeah, it stinks. I mean, our Advanced Auto Parts Ford Mustang was really fast and came from the back to the front multiple times, and thought we made a good move to try to win the stage, and just that stinks. Nothing you can really do there. Unfortunate, but fast Mustang. Appreciate Advanced Auto Parts, and looking forward to getting to Darlington next week.
Yeah,
see you at Darlington, I hope.
Obviously in the playoffs for the win at Charlotte earlier this year, Rick.
Yeah, one of those locked in already coming in. One of the 15 that's been
That'll knock Blaney out of the top 10 in points, so he won't get any kind of bonus playoff point or anything now for being in the top 10.
A lot about the rear of the car because last year that was the point of emphasis and focus, but this year there's also been updates mid-season to the right side and the front. So you see right there, the safer barrier does its job as far as deflecting, but you look at that car, it is smashed smooth to the front of those front tires, and all of that from bumper work, chassis work, has all been redesigned and machined with that compaction in mind. So when a hit like that, I'm sure it was huge for the driver's seat, but you want the car and the parts to take as much of the impact as possible. Man, that is a when you talk about hits, that's like the worst thing possible.
That is the worst possible hit.
Straight up into the wall.
And the safer
Other than when Ryan Newman got hit in the goddamn head through the roof.
Impact and that, the feeling that the driver has, because it absorbs some of this hit as well. We see the wall go almost a foot, maybe a foot and a half back.
I used to have a bad habit of calling them soft walls because that was kind of the the nomenclature people would use, like, oh, it's a soft wall. And I had a driver remind me, he goes, I can assure you it's not soft. It is a safer barrier. I mean, you see right there,
look at that.
What is it, maybe 50% of the foam
Woo.
compressed. So it is a safer barrier to be safer, but it is by no means soft.
Yeah, Steve.
He hit the wall so hard he got those iRacing wall physics where he just fucking ping pong off it like a basketball.
What's behind it between the steel and the concrete are foam blocks. So every one of those foam blocks is built to just give away. And the outside wall where it says Daytona, that's literally steel tubing. You can see it. They're about 8-inch by 8-inch square.
Yeah, steel bends, so it's steel tubing with big heavy foam, and then on the other side's concrete. The original concrete wall.
Great look at the foam block. If those things deform enough, they'll have to go in and replace them and change them.
And it's not just the same in every track. It's even more complicated. There's more engineering than that, right? The amount of foam blocks, the distance, all kind of goes down to the speed of the track because, you know, what is required here for stiffness to keep a car at 170 miles an hour safe versus a 100-mile-an-hour racetrack takes a different designed...
Pit road's open for stage 3.
Now it's time for pit stops. You guys mentioned it under green. DJ mentioned it. We heard him during the red flag about everybody, or most everyone, took gas only. Now we might see some tires put on, Dave.
Kyle Busch was asked if he wanted anything different. He said, nope, all good. They're going to put on some Goodyear tires, at least right sides for Kyle. As for Keselowski, they don't have to do any more with that fire, so that put itself out, thankfully.
Dave, 3 Hendrick Motorsports cars finished in the top 6. William Byron said his car was absolutely plowing tight at the end of that run. You're going to see everyone here mostly take 4 tires and fuel. Chase Elliott, you see him putting that tape on, that visor there at the...
So you've touched the foam. Race off pit road goes to Kyle Busch.
Yeah, I agree, Marty.
So says the ticker. I don't know. It looked like Briscoe and Almirola.
Put the tape in there.
Or were they kind of in? I don't know.
And then Chase helped him. Let's take a look at it right here, upper left. It's hard to see in the dark, but right up there used to be a mirror that was showing the rear view camera. Chase, a little button-up work of the tape, doing a nice job. A lot going on in the pit stop.
And away he goes. Restart happening when we come.
A long way to go. One out, buddy. I'm actually getting to the point where I'm going to have to start. See, I'm torn. I want Bubba to make it, but at the same time, I do want Chase to win. I'm not going to lie. But I want Bubba to make it. And only one or the other is going to happen, so we're going to be torn at the end of this one.
Is brought to you by Pods Moving and Storage, trusted with more than 6 billion moves. And by Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Martin Truex Jr., it is now official. He has earned enough points.
Martin Truex Jr., the regular season champion. For whatever that's worth.
He did it in
15 playoff points.
Went on to win the championship that year. Can he do it again in 2023? Well, Martin Truex Jr. with that championship, that's going to be 15 playoff
Two-time
points
regular season champion now.
For winning that regular season championship, that's equating to 3 race wins. So a big boost in the playoff points for Martin Truex Jr. And congratulations on winning the regular season championship. Drivers and cars involved in the wreck. Take a look at this. A long list. 16 cars are involved as we're seeing a few more cars make their way onto pit road to top off the field.
Time travel back to a year ago and see where poor Truex was at this point in the season.
You know, the damage is pretty clean on some of them. Actually, nice work on the 16. But laps down now. Denny Hamlin, 1 lap down. Harrison Burton, a couple. Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson, A.J. Allmendinger, multiple laps down. So still in the race, but they're going to need some good fortune and some yellows to kind of cycle back onto the lead lap.
And again, a situation where Bubba Wallace, he's the only driver that can get in on points now, but that is only if a new winner doesn't happen tonight. Another look at what happened to bring us under the yellow and then the red flag. Right up front, fighting for the stage win. The 12 of Ryan Blaney on the bottom, the 54 of Gibbs up top, comes down, hooks the 12, and into the wall they go.
Yeah, that's a big impact, obviously on the outside, but even on the inside, when all these guys start banging into each other, some cars just turn left and make major impact to the bottom.
And even if you
Replay that, Rick. It's more ridiculous the more I watch it.
Still have enough speed. Once they get patched up, and there may be some other opportunities later in this race to continue to improve their cars and get things fixed up to be able to be competitive. Maybe even win this race with the little rear bond strapped to the side of this thing.
So Briscoe and Almirola, 1-2 on the inside line. Both must win. Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman on the outside. So Bowman, there you go. You got 4 must wins in the top 5. Bowman, Suarez, Briscoe, and Almirola. And oh yeah, there's Eric Jones too, so add another one. 56 laps to go.
And what would we see in this stage?
Will they calm down now?
All of those cars removed, all the potential winners removed. That removes a lot of energy and a lot of hustle out of this pack. Will they continue to be as intense as they've been? You got to think a lot of these people are seeing this as an opportunity for them to get up here and win this race. Well, now that they've thinned it out a little bit.
You got 3 of them, Briscoe, Almirola, and Eric Jones. In the front of this pack, all 3 of those guys need to win.
Alex Bowman in the 48 as well. Daniel Suarez in the 99. We could just go down the list here. You see on the left side, win and get in. All eligible for the playoffs if they could get to victory.
First, third, fourth, fifth.
To get to the finish of this race, 55 to go. That can go by really quickly. As we remember last night in the Xfinity race, a 100-lapper happened just like that. And it was over. So you need to be thinking as a driver, as a crew chief, everything matters going forward. Every pass, you better battle for everything. Every inch on the racetrack, you don't lay over and give up nothing. All that track position you're fighting for, you need to keep it the rest of the race.
Kyle Busch trying to lead that outside line. Briscoe continuing that inside line with the momentum. Parker.
Right, as we see those 2 Stewart-Haas racing cars at the front of the field, which is where they started on the front row earlier today, and that team had a strategy that came to fruition. In stage 2, both of those cars forgoed stage point in stage 2, as most of the teams took fuel only. You saw the 14, the 10 take 4 tires and have long stops under green. Well, what did it do? It allowed them to have a 3-second stop under this last caution. That put them at the front of the field, and those 2 fast forwards in a must-win position now find themselves with all that track position, Marty.
Parker, the information to Bubba Wallace that Rick just told us a moment ago, that if there is no new winner, you will be in the playoffs, was just relayed before they went back green. Listen in.
So with this point deal, are we it's a must-win for everybody else? Are we in that scenario? What it is about it now, yeah. The only way you can get beat is somebody win. They can't outpoint you.
They can't outpoint him, but 3 cars running 1, 2, 3 on the bottom need a win.
Do not let your guard down. There's a lot of drivers still on the lead lap, still in the mix, that could ruin that playing for us tonight.
Well, I think that means full offense. I think now if you're Bubba Wallace, what you need to do is go win. And that takes all that out of question. And if you wreck or whatever, so what? You're out. The points aren't going to knock you out, but I think now you got to go on offense.
Eric Almirola doing some good work there in second place, helping his teammate, Chase Briscoe. We saw this at the start of this race between these two. They were able to control that inside line for quite a few laps before the outside line started coming in there once the tires got so worn out after about 25 laps. So they've got some pretty committed people behind them. Eric Jones, I'm not sure about Brad Keselowski. If he sees that outside line moving forward, he might jump in front of it.
It's not unusual to see a new winner in this race. For the last summer races here at Daytona have had winners for the first time in the season in the last 5 races. So this is an opportunity. Statistics are on your side.
6 right now, the top 9 eligible for that playoff spot.
BJ McLeod, 21st.
There's Kyle Busch in the 8s. He has been leading that high line. It has not been able to get up there and challenge Briscoe for the lead. A little bit loose there. And that shove from Bowman almost disrupted the 8.
Yeah, that was a little bit of 8 moving around more than I think he wanted to, Rick. 23 up the racetrack just a little bit. Let's see this again. Pointed it out, Rick, through the trioval. Getting a little turn, getting a little push through the transition in the banking. So with what we saw in the Rick earlier, and that right there, it tells me that this racetrack has got to...
God, Bowman almost wrecked Kyle Busch in the trioval.
...is now a bad thing. A little bit of help in a really tight draft in the corner can't get your car out of shape. This track is aging quickly. Remember some drivers talking about how slick it was.
50 to go. You guys have quieted down in here. So have I. Just concentrating on the race.
It's always changing. Even if the rules don't change, how you race this racetrack and what works and doesn't work changes every race.
And it also changes with the
Bubba to the top line from 5th place. In front of Kyle Busch.
Some people lost teammates and dedicated helpers. It's going to really affect not only their performance, but their mental approach, right? How aggressive they're willing to be.
Denny Hamlin's first car lap down in 28th. And like Junior said, he might just be stuck there. This race could go green all the way. It's unlikely, but it could. Good call by Rick Allen there.
I love that Bubba Wallace jumped up to lead that outside line. We said it earlier a few minutes ago that now points don't matter for Bubba Wallace. It's just about winning this race. And now, Junior, you're almost freer. Now you know your mission. Now you know what you got to go do. And it almost takes some stress away from you. Now I just got to go win this race.
And make sure the 14, the 10, and the 43 don't.
I like the way you said that, Jeff. I just got to go win this race.
Well, it's no more points, right? So now you just focus.
My crazier is Josh Berry in the top 10. He's another car we really ain't seen tonight until after this wreck. Yeah, there he is. Josh Berry right there, top 10. Glad he's getting a shot in a super speedway before the Daytona 500 next year.
In front of his teammate Chase Elliott. So how can he help the 9? Listen in.
Just need a little more info on the gap. I can try to push that 99 to 48.
William Byron's talking about trying to get to Chase and help him out. Byron happy to survive that last wreck. He just barely made it through. Wow, Christopher Bell's still running in the lead pack. And he was at the fucking epicenter of that wreck.
One thing you can do is you have to manage the gap between the guy in front of you. If you just run up to the guy in front of you, then Chase Elliott can't see that. You cannot see what's going on. So you have to gradually get to that guy at this point with 47 to go. Now when we get to 20 to go, 15 to go, 10 to go, then kind of all that goes out the window. But right now,
What is with the red spoiler on the William Byron car? That's so fucking weird. The rest of that paint scheme Gray, green, and white. Bright red fucking spoiler. Like, what the hell is that?
In the regular season, Chase Briscoe, he could win his way into the playoffs if he can stay up front.
Pit window is about to be open. I would like to pit earlier for two reasons. In case a caution comes out, and then I can get cycled through to the front. And I also have to get less gas. The less laps we run, the less gas we have to wait on here. I don't know what the tire strategy is going to be. I'm assuming under green it'd be 2 tire stops. Chase Elliott 3 wide through the middle. Not sure how I feel about that. And a long line of cars forming on the bottom. It's not good if you're Chase watching right now. It'd be good for Bubba if there weren't 3 cars leading that line that are going to win and knock him out. Surprised there are boomers online. They're not saying, "Oh my God, they rigged that wreck for Bubba." Yeah, 42s and 6. Although I'll give Noah one thing: Noah's best run this year was Talladega. Remember that, where he wrecked himself and then got mad at Ross Chastain about it at Kansas the following week or whenever it was. 2 weeks after that. Outside line's coming. Who's that leading that outside line? Is that Chandler Smith? It is. Chandler Smith, Bubba Wallace, outside line.
33 laps remain at Daytona. You're watching the NASCAR Cup Series. Coke.
Almirola looking at moving up and bringing Briscoe. Yep, they move up.
Out in front, Briscoe leading Almirola. Let's have a look at the Ruoff Mortgage keys to victory lane.
Yeah, who's going to help you? When it's time to go,
Bubba, you're outnumbered, bro. There's 4 Stewart Haas cars now. There's Harvick.
Stay out of the wrecks. Don't put yourself in a bad situation where you're going to get your car.
Now Chandler Smith and Bubba go to the bottom. Now the 14 and the 10 swapped with the 13 and 23.
Group of cars that need to win. 14 of the 17 guys that entered needing to win.
3 Stewart Haas cars. 1, 2, 3. This is the best they've run all year. The 3 Stewart Haas cars is the best they've done all year, other than Harvick, and Harvick's right behind them. Amazing. That's bad news. 6 Fords, 4 Stewart Haas cars, and 2 Roush cars. Pit windows open. Chase Elliott pulling up to the back bumper of these Fords. A lot of power. You could see the speed the Fords have, how quickly they pulled that line ahead when 6 of them got lined up. And oh yeah, Ty Dillon's right there too. And Ty Dillon is technically a must-win. Because if Ty Dillon wins, guess what? He's in the playoffs. And this is the one race every year where Ty Dillon shows up and contends. The only race in his Cup career he ever contends for is the summer Daytona race. Ugh. Bubba on the bottom with no help. And the Fords are stringing this out. Larson is 2 cars behind. Larson is actually 3 laps down, running lead pack right there with Chase Elliott. William Byron hasn't been able to get to them yet. He was talking about it earlier. He was actively bringing it up on the radio, not his team.
Trying to push the 10, gets him uncomfortable. Amarola up the racetrack, and that's what sort of shook up this whole pack. And now, for whatever reason,
choo-choo! Choo-choo! Pit stops are coming. Choo-choo!
everybody that was on the bottom was immediately in a bad spot and fading to the back of the pack, having to find a hole in this outside lane to get into before they drop to the rear of the pack. That happens at the flip of a switch, and you got to be ready for it. At any point during these races at Daytona and Talladega, when the field goes to the top, you better be going there with them, Parker.
Right,
good segue, Junior.
That 13 car up front, you mentioned it, Jeff. He was up near the lead, had a shot at it, then got shuffled out towards the back. He told me earlier this year when he attempted to make the Daytona 500 in the duels, he goes, I learned more in that race than I did in all the Xfinity Series Super Speedway races I've done. He said it's unbelievable how good these drivers are in the Cup Series. And Jeff and Dale, you both know, when you go Super Speedway racing in the Cup Series, it's all the incredible moves they make lap after lap, just like that. When you're just in the lead, they can shuffle you out back to the back end of the top 10 in just a lap. Another learning moment for Taylor Smith, who's doing a great job.
It happened so quickly that you almost have to go back and watch replays of it to figure out what happened when you're 21 years old. It's just hard to recognize how quick things happen and how good these race car drivers are. They make moves, and it feels like they don't even think about it. You know, they just know to make a move. It's just a different level when you get here.
Short track racing at Richmond, where Chandler Smith finished 17th.
Waiting for the next shoe to drop, and that would be pit stops and whenever the last caution's going to come. Or has the last caution already come out? We don't know. Get all those answers and more next time on Dragon Ball Z. Do you know I never watched more than one episode of Dragon Ball Z my entire life?
Brought to you by eBay, and we'll start with 14 and Parker.
Right, as you see him leading once again like he was at the beginning of this race, Rick, watch how that 10 starts pushing him down the backstretch like they're doing now. That 10, they have been working on this throughout.
Don't forget, Chase Briscoe almost won his way into the Final Four last year. Somehow. Had the race of his life at Martinsville, came up short. This would be heartbreaking for Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott to both get knocked out by a piece of shit Stewart-Haas car winning. And right now, the odds are looking pretty good for that to happen as the laps tick down and the field gets more and more strung out.
Back to how this race started for the 41 team. The power steering went out on the pace laps. They were able to fix that. He was all the way back in 38th after that happened.
You know, Stewart-Haas may be looking at leaving Ford, but for right now, that alliance is strong.
Chris Buescher in the blue and white 17. He got a little piece of the big one, but it was just cosmetic damage. You see there in the left rear, the 17 still has enough car to win this race. Kevin Harvick in his final start at the Daytona International Speedway, a two-time winner here. Could he go out with a big win this evening? The car is still good. He's avoided trouble. He could do it. And right behind him, Brad Keselowski in the orange 6 car. Remember, both of his cars for Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing are in the playoffs, but he said that's not the goal. We're good with that. We're happy with that, but we can do more, and they want to definitely roll through the playoffs, Marty.
And Dave, remember the tape repair for Chase Elliott, getting rid of that mirror that was so distracting all night long. What did he think of that repair by his crew member? Listen in.
That was a really pretty tape job for that quick. Yeah, I agree. Looks good.
As you ride on board there with Chase Elliott, the Coke Zero onboard camera for him, you can see that black spot up there, that mirror, gone for Chase Elliott. The distraction is gone as well. And how about
35 laps to go.
Tonight? He's up in the 8th position, and yes, he is one of those 17 cars, Rick, in the Gamebridge car that can make the playoffs if he finds his way to victory lane tonight.
14 of the 17 still running, and one of those being Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon up there in the top 8, but everybody chasing Briscoe.
Choo-choo! Kind of expected that after the big wreck. Now, how are the Stewart-Haas guys going to settle this amongst themselves if it stays this way? How long do they stay loyal? Because each of them needs to win. I know Harvick just wants to win because it's his last season, last Daytona race. He's locked in. But the other three, only one of them's going to make it, guys. Chase Elliott is still in striking distance with a 3-lap down Kyle Larson not far behind him for help. There's like one car between Chase and Larson. Yep, just Chase, then Ty Dillon, then Larson 3 laps down. They're lapping Harrison Burton. He was already 1 down at least, maybe 2.
Next Saturday, September 2nd on NBC and Peacock, the premiere of Big Ten.
Oh my God! Saturday night! Play the song again. Fucking hell.
Riding along with Justin Haley and the Celsius onboard camera. Haley right now in the 22nd position, but still on the lead lap. There are 27 cars on the lead lap. First car a lap down is Denny Hamlin running 28. Here is Big Move presented by Pods Moving and Storage. And we've got to focus in on the 9 of Chase Elliott. The big one happens, and look who gets through right here.
Yeah, he did an awesome job just slowing the car down. Got a lot of luck, obviously. But look, when the wreck started happening, he took advantage of the opportunity and the performance and the brakes these cars have to get walked down, didn't get ran over. Missed all the carnage. Now he's sitting with an opportunity to win this race.
And he's right there.
But this is still
7th place.
Still a battle, but the battle right now is all about the final pit stop. With 30 laps to go, look at the telemetry on the right. Chase Briscoe leading along.
We've hit halfway through this run.
Hard throttle, barely half throttle, running the same speed. Why? Why are these drivers doing this? Why are they not trying to pass? It's this simple. Everyone in the field must come to pit road. They all had the exact same amount of fuel. They were all on pit road around lap 101. A few exceptions where guys that topped off, but for the most part, lap 101. They'll all come to pit road for gas only. If you can run part throttle for almost an entire run, you can save 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons. You put in about 1.7 gallons a second. You could shorten your gas and go stop by a full second. That is mid-pack to the lead on a green flag cycle. Listen into the 9. Tell you what that really is. That's Chase saying, hey, the car handling is this, and that's Alan very coy saying that's how it's shaping out, which is basically code word for there's 0 chance you're getting tires on either side of this race car. If this happens on the green, it will literally be a splash and go. And you know, a second just doesn't seem like much anymore, but they're going 200 miles an hour. That's a football field a second, Marty. So, you know, look back 100 yards, and that's how.
Hope the 14 and the 10 run out of gas.
And look how
15th. Originally, the Toyotas wanted to pit together. There's one out of the race already, but two, he said, now we're going to pit with the 22. You kind of have to change your strategy, Steve, and pit with those around you, not necessarily your teammates or the manufacturer.
Well, let's remember the first cycle, Harrison Burton in the 21 ran long. It failed the eye test. Two cars running by themselves out here didn't make much sense, but they cycled to the front of the field and had a chance to win. This pit stop will be with maybe double-digit laps, 10, 12, 14, 15 laps to go in this race. So if you cycle to the front, it will still be chaos. 2, 3 wide blocking runs. Don't think you're going to be missing out on an amazing Daytona finish. But as we all know and we've all seen, I would much rather defend than have to worry about passing the guy in front of me.
Yeah, I do think this. I think like a big run right here being generated by the 9 car. He laid back a little bit. Let's see if he takes this run. He got a big push, but he's just going to sit there right behind him. But the problem is, if I'm running in 18th, I need to get toward the front. I need to find a way to get toward the front.
Why does my shoulder hurt? I just got this weird pain in my right shoulder.
So you're terrified to go and try to make it get toward the front at the moment because somebody's just not going to go, then you'll go all the way to the back.
So, Jeff, you talk about communicating a plan. The one thing the 9 can do is ride, and figure out how to time this run. And then when I say we're 2 laps away, then take the run. Because if you go to the bottom and you gain 4 or 5 positions, right, and a couple guys go with you, you don't have to stay there for 4 laps. 2 laps by, you're going to come to pit road. So you're kind of making that time. And I'm talking to the 77 saying, hey, when we turn left, you can't tie. I don't even want you to think about it. I want you to turn left with me. Because if you do it, maybe the car behind you will do it. And we can get 5 or 6. We can at least make it work for 3 or 4 miles.
And there's some drivers that can draw.
25 laps to go.
And this is one of them. Chase Elliott, if he gets a big run and makes a left, they're going to go with him.
All is calm for now. That's the dramatic part. You know it's not going to stay this way.
Chevrolets behind him. As you see right there, one of his teammates is Kyle Larson. So I think when he makes the move, he's going to have some help.
Chase Briscoe out in front. You're right. When we see Chase Elliott make the left, he'll be like the Pied Piper. Everyone will follow him. We'll see what time he does it.
I would expect guys to pit sooner so they'd have less gas to wait on, but that's just me. Burton pointed out earlier, almost every year now, a different winner wins this race. It was Austin Dillon last year. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on 2021, but I absolutely am drawing a blank. 2020, it was William Byron, I'm pretty sure. And in 2019, it was Justin Haley, so... Who the fuck won the Summer Daytona race in 21? It was Blaney. Yeah, it was Blaney. Blaney won like, what, 3 races in a row? Something like that. It was fucked up. Yeah. So most of the time now, we just seem to get a different winner in this race. And look at that top 5. Look at the top 10. Briscoe, Almirola, Preece, Elliott, Ty Dillon, Chandler Smith. They've all not won this year. And Chandler Smith's part-time, so he's irrelevant. That would be a big gain for Bubba Wallace if somebody like Chandler Smith won the race. Am I seeing hands out the window here? Am I crazy? Or did I see Briscoe wave his hand out the window? I thought I saw Briscoe waving like he was about to pit.
Races, answer trivia, playing fantasy, buying race tickets, and more. Save your points. Trade them in for free tickets, autographed merchandise, exclusive gear. Visit NASCAR.com/fan-rewards. Take a look at the Toyota driver.
Denny Hamlin still trapped a lap down in 28th. Brutal.
Again, Bubba, right now, unless there is a new
Nowhere near Bubba to help him.
that one up in front, Bubba Wallace could get in on points. Right now, he's running in the 14th position.
Chastain, Suarez, Josh Berry to the bottom. Bubba pulls down. Get down there, Joey. And William Byron moves down in front of him. Kyle Busch. Actually, no, it was just Kyle Busch. I saw the red spoiler, and I thought it was Byron. What is the deal with the ugly red spoiler?
That are up there breathing, saving gas. So that would also force the hand of the leaders if you don't think this is an
There's a hell of an inside line now.
Second line is forming down by that
Chandler Smith, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Chastain, Suarez, Josh Berry, Ty Dillon.
Still one spot remaining in the playoff field.
Under 20 to go. I'm just waiting for guys to pit. Ryan Preece goes to the bottom. Remember when I said how long will the teammates stay together considering all three of them? No, Preece to the middle and to the back. What a mistake by Ryan Preece. Big, massive, season-altering mistake for Ryan Preece all the way to the back of this group anyway. That's still a lot of track position. So that's one Stewart Oscar down.
What will we see at the end of this race? If you can't push in the corner at all, that's a bit of a new development from what we've been seeing here in Daytona over the last several years.
The outside line still has the advantage. We know that pit stops are coming up any lap now.
Literally any lap now.
Eric Almirola, 1 and 2, running that high line. Chris Buescher right behind him in the 17. The inside line starting to form, putting a little momentum behind themselves. 13 of Chandler Smith, Xfinity Series regular, out in front of this line.
Almirola pushing that 14 really aggressively down the back straightaway. So they may have changed their commitment to how much they want to save out front. Here the Kyle Busch waiting on the throttle, lifting just ever so slightly so that he times the ability to push this 13 on the straightaway.
Harvick and the Stewart Oscars cut that run off. Maybe this is the lap they're pitting.
I did think it was interesting they came to the bottom. You definitely don't want to get pinned on the second lane and be taken out of your pit window.
I see hands out the window. No mistake that time. Chandler Smith. I didn't see who else, but I did see Chandler Smith's hand. I've been waiting for a pit stop wreck tonight. All right, here's a tense moment off of 4. Chandler Smith, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Chastain. Wow, what a group. Large fucking pack here.
Coming off the back. A little bit of tire smoke there from the back.
Big group of cars just pitted. Keep an eye on this 23.
Again, splash and go is what they're looking for, Marty.
I'd say 2.5 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Okay, 4 seconds of fuel for Bubba. All right. Everybody coming out together. Busch, Chastain, Suarez, and Bubba lead that group out of the pits. They're all pretty well formed up. The Fords are running another lap.
I don't hate this call right here. They said, listen, we're buttoned up. We're wide open. We're right on the bottom. This is all about a strategy of can we run faster than the other cars. Now they're going to have a little bit of tow with that car that just pulled off pit lane, Parker.
Right, and just a lap or two.
Busch, Chastain, and Suarez got too far ahead. I think Bubba's going to be in a great position here.
For those Stewart-Haas racing cars at the front, this meant getting together and going fast. You see the lap times right now really quick.
You know I love code words. You just made my head explode.
Here's the thing. The Fords are running faster lap times. If a caution comes out, though, they're fucked. So I'd be getting to pit road.
Kind of hide their plan. So now, right now, you can see at the bottom or top right of your screen, the 8 of Kyle Busch is not leading, but he is leading the pack.
They're going to run another lap. I hope a damn caution comes out and fucks them over.
The leaders of the race. This is kind of like the Tour de France. We have the peloton and the chase. So the peloton right now is really the 14. The 8 is already pitted right there.
We got a Tour de France reference here.
So you see the shove from the 1 to the 23 at the bottom of your screen. They got to stay in line, though, guys. This is the struggle. If you get too wide, you'll slow the whole pack down.
And you see the telemetry on Briscoe. Wondered if he was seeing full throttle out in front. Looked like he lifted a little bit exiting turn 2, wanting the 10 to get back to that back bumper to allow him to get the push. A lot of separation now, though.
Yeah, the 8 and the 1 got really far out there. Big run from Bubba. And they're not staying single file. Bubba shoots to the outside of Chastain. And the Fords pit together. Some Chevrolets mixed in.
No mistake. Very close there for Brad Keselowski. Dave.
He makes it to his pit stall, gets in with the orange number 6. He's got the gas in the car, and he goes.
Quick stop for Harvick, 2.7. That's what I was thinking with Bubba and those guys that pitted earlier. I thought it'd be like 2.5 seconds of gas. I think the Fords are going to be in the best position here. Harvick is the first off pit road of this group. Elliott second. But his teammates are a little too far back to help. I see. Well, the 48 ain't going to help him anyway, but the 24 is back there.
Top of your screen, the pack that is already pitted with Kyle Busch and the 8 leading. Where will they blend? Where will the momentum be picked up?
All right, boys, this is it.
They did what they needed to do.
Really great quick stop for Harvick.
Faster. A lap for 2 laps. Could Kevin Harvick win in his final run?
Chase Elliott going to win. He's second, but he's outnumbered. Chase is in the middle of a pack of Fords.
The train is coming. Under 13 laps to go. Harvick out in front. They've got to pick the speed.
Harvick, Elliott, Almirola, Buescher, Keselowski, Larson, who is multiple laps down. Bowman, Briscoe, Byron, Logano, Ty Dillon.
Incredible job.
What a job by this group here. I liked what I saw. The quicker pit stops. When I saw Harvick only get 2.5 seconds of gas, I'm like, ooh, yeah.
But how do they orchestrate a variety of makes, models, teams? Great communication.
Kevin Harvick, he's won at Daytona before.
I think without a caution, everybody's bed is made now.
To win in his final season.
12 to go. They will start dicing around up here at the front, and that will bring that second group in closer. But the question is, will they start dicing around in time enough to give that second group a chance? If they will all stay committed to each other back there, there will be some moves made up front here that will slow down the momentum of this front line. $11 laps to go. Chase are outnumbered, man. There's too many Fords. Too many Fords. And Harvick would love nothing more than to fuck Chase Elliott over. We know that. You know that, right? Harvick's going to do everything he can. I mean, yeah, he's going to try to win himself, but fucking Chase Elliott over is a massive bonus that would feel really good for Kevin Harvick. You can't tell me it wouldn't. That whole Bristol deal 2 years ago was just so bitter. I was there. I don't know, Kyle. Well, he's passing a lap car. Big run for Kyle Busch. Holy motherfucker. What a run. He's in that second group. Darting around the 34. They're getting too racy back here, I think. But Kyle Busch has an unbelievably fast car. Probably the best super speedway cars he's ever driven has been the ones he's had at RCR. Logano was peaking, possibly going up there, but no, this back group has caught the lead pack now, and they're making a move. Big move here. Oh, God, lap car. Reddick. Dangerously fucking slow. In the tri-oval. Byron, 3 wide to the middle, hanging out the 14. I like it. Byron behind the 48. Now that's awkward. The 48's got to run with a teammate behind him. This is about to be so painfully awkward. Keselowski moves up. Busher moves up. Oh, Brad, you're getting caught in no man's land. Boy, that killed that outside. Killed that outside. It'll come back, though. But they had a monster of a run. Harvick, Chase, Almirola, Larson, who's 3 laps down. So Larson is literally just here for Chase Elliott. The 5 and the 9 are one and the same. Larson is here for Chase Elliott. That's why he's in this lead pack. If Denny Hamlin did this for Bubba, the Boomers would go apeshit. But if Larson does it for Chase, that's good teamwork. We're at 8 laps to go. Fords are so strong. So it's Larson pushing Elliott, Byron pushing Bowman. May the best pusher win between the Hendrick cars. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is too much. This is too much.
This game on now with 8 to go. You'll see a lot of blocking, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving.
7 laps remaining at Daytona.
Every year, this race gets more and more intense.
That means that points will allow Bubba Wallace to make it into the playoffs.
If Harvick wins, it's good for Bubba. If fucking Almirola or Elliott wins, not so much. Oh, man. Big push is coming in both lines here. Oh. Elliott has gotten side by side with Harvick. Crowd's going apeshit. Outside still just slightly stronger, I think. Just enough. Son of a bitch.
Under 6 laps to go.
This is painful. The inside line's falling back to 5th now. Fords are just too strong consistently. They don't even need much of a push. They're just that fast. It takes everything for the other cars lined up on the bottom to get there. Busher and Keselowski go to the bottom to pick up Chase. That could screw up the Stewart-Haas plans, but this is a good break for Bubba because the top 3 cars now are Harvick, Busher, Keselowski, who are locked in to the playoffs. And now Keselowski back to the top. So they put Almirola 2 cars back, and now Harvick is a sitting duck in front of 2 RFK cars. 5 to go. I can't believe the run Harvick's putting on here. Going for it all. Push, Larson, push.
3 Fords have separated themselves. A big push coming.
Big. Oh, no, there goes Priest. Oh, Priest is flipping. Priest is flipping. Oh, dear God in heaven. Good God Almighty.
Upside down in the infield.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Please tell me he's okay. That was violent.
Caution has come out. He's on his wheels. There was fire off the left side of the car.
Oh, the tire dug in and flipped him. We saw that with Busher at Charlotte last year. Whew, fuck. Get out of there. Only a 2-car wreck, but about as bad a wreck as you could possibly have.
We've seen a car get up in the air.
That looked like one of them early 90s Daytona flips.
Think back to Elliott Sadler.
Usually these
Holy
cars
shit.
with all mechanisms, roof flaps and everything else, they need help to sort of get hit in a certain way.
They're not panicking, so I think he's okay. He just ain't got out yet. They're talking to him, it looks like. Ah, God, I can't remember the last time we saw a flip like that here.
The medical team down there attending to Ryan.
Well, at least the wreck happened near the front of the field. I think he's getting out. Yeah, there he is.
Looks like Reese.
He's crawled out.
See him with his helmet off, coming out of the car. That's Ryan standing there in the middle of the...
He's okay. As okay as you can be when you just flipped at 190 miles an hour. Man, that was violent.
Take another look at how this happened.
Going down the back straightaway.
He got a push from the 43 and... Oh my God, when that car hit, it dug into the ground on the driver's side roof, and that's when I thought he might be hurt. I can't remember a flip that bad here. Not since the 90s. Even Elliott Sadler's flips weren't this violent. This was a nasty fucking crash.
You know, the road course or some curving or something on the road course, the kink lifted that car, but it was just traveling so fast.
Well, when Priest gets spun to the inside, whether it be at Kansas or Daytona, his car just seems to go about 300 miles an hour. And right there, the fucking roof was open. The fucking roof flap was open.
That is just amazing that something that weighs over 3,500 pounds get in the air like that.
It looks like a toy car flying through the air. But as you mentioned, Jeff, 3,500 pounds. Such a violent accident for Ryan Priest. Thankfully lands on wheels and then was able to climb out of that race car and will get checked out.
Holy shit, that is the...
Look how fast. As soon as that contact happens, he just hangs a left.
That took out 2 Stuart Haas cars that needed to win. Boy, everything's just lining up for Bubba if Chase doesn't win.
Something about that gap or the air or something changes and up in the air it goes right away.
That is so scary.
Remember, these cars are traveling at over 190 miles an hour.
We've seen barrel rolls, but when it climbs into the air, I mean, even right there, multiple flips.
10.
Every time it leaves the ground. All the dirt and everything that gets inside that car is just wild how fast.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. God. It looked like a toy. That car looked like a fucking toy rolling around.
15, 20 years ago, these were the type of wrecks we expected to see at Daytona and Talladega. NASCAR has changed a lot of things about these cars to try to keep them on the ground. And for the most part, unless the cars find themselves in these odd situations, it works. That right there looked exactly like what we would see in 1985, in 1990, 1995, the way this car went up in the air and barrel rolled down the back straightaway.
Well, I know wife Heather is watching. They just welcomed Rebecca Marie to their family August 7th. As I mentioned, Ryan Preece climbed out of the car. They put him on a stretcher. You see him lying down. They'll go to the infield care center. He'll get checked out, and we will keep you updated on Ryan Preece's situation. What a ride Ryan Preece had. Is again, they'll take him to the infield care center here at Daytona.
There's his teammate Chase Briscoe involved in the crash as well. Out of the race, out of his car.
And what a night. Briscoe led 67 laps here.
And there's so much intensity out there on the racetrack about trying to win this race, get yourself in the playoffs, and every driver in the field right now has switched gears into just thinking about Ryan Preece. They've seen his car on the back straightaway. There's big screens around the racetrack. You look at it, you actually see the replay, and immediately you're concerned for the guy that you were just trying to.
His fucking head was exposed because the goddamn roof hatch was open.
Into making sure he's okay.
And then you gotta refocus with 4 laps to go.
Maybe we got to pave all that damn grass on the backstretch towards that corner. Like, damn, man. The grass is what caused that.
Is out front. Buscher, Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Almirola, Bowman, Logano, Byron, Busch, Ty Dillon, all part of the top 10. What line do you choose now for the restart? And does it matter who's behind you?
Whoo, shit.
It matters a great deal who's behind you, and that's part of the decision
That
you have
was
to make, is when I line up,
one of the worst I've ever seen. The roof hatch was open. There was nothing between his head and the outside of the car, except about 6 or 7 inches. You know, thank God, since the COT, the roof of these cars has been raised a few inches. You notice the difference. If you go back and watch an onboard from like 2006, the driver's head was so close to the ceiling in the car. Now there's a nice gap. So that could have been a lot worse.
Be choosing to help anyone, right? They want to put themselves in position to try to win this race. Now, it could be won off of turn 4. You could push the car in front of you, try to make that move at the very last minute.
So the highest running must win now is Elliott 4th, Almirola 5th, Bowman 6th. So Bubba's still not in the clear. He needs Harvick, Buscher, Keselowski, or Logano to win, or Byron somehow. That car is going to the R&D center. Yeah, buddy.
Through that just horrific crash.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's going to be definitely looked over by.
Can't believe that was only a 2-car wreck. That's the most horrible 2-car accident we've ever seen.
Brad follows the 17 of Buscher. Chase the bottom behind Harvick. And look at the faces on the left. Buscher in the playoffs with wins. Harvick in the playoffs on points. He's locked in, but he has yet to win this year. Brad has yet to win in his own equipment. Chase Elliott, NASCAR's most popular driver, trying to not miss the playoffs.
The odds are in Bubba's favor for a repeat winner.
This would be the first time Allen, his crew chief, on top of the box.
Numbers-wise, when you look at the amount of locked-in playoff guys. Buscher, Harvick, Keselowski, Logano, Byron, Kyle Busch. That's 6 of the top 10. And I don't expect Ty Dillon to be a factor here. So I'll say, yeah, the odds are in Bubba's favor. But Chase Elliott's going to be really tough to beat.
I know you want to push, you want to get the 9 out there, but Bowman needs a win as well. If he pushes the 9 across the line, Bowman eliminates himself from making the playoffs.
So they're 2 by 2 with Kevin Harvick out front. Buscher will be beside him. We're going to continue to give you updates as we get them on Ryan Preece. Again, he was taken to the infield care center. We will check in with him as soon as we get an update as we're getting ready for overtime here, presented by Credit One Bank.
And Dale, you said it. I mean, even the crowd went a little silent with that unbelievable accident. Now these drivers have to pull the belts tight.
He was flipping so much he could have rolled into the damn lake.
Position, yeah.
If he flipped at another angle.
You go from the chip to 0 and then back to the chip again. Not everybody's good at that. Not everybody can do that.
But everybody does guys know what's on the line here. A berth in the playoffs, a shot to win a championship. Overtime. It'll be 2 laps. If they get back to the
Ty Dillon came to play tonight, boys. I'm shaking up. Harvick, Buescher, Elliott, Keselowski, Bowman, and Almirola. Now the RFK cars are going to stay totally committed.
No rules for locking bumpers, but these cars have been very uncomfortable pushing through the corner, but I think you're going to see it anyway.
You're going to see a lot of pushing now. Surges ahead, bottom line break. Elliott, I think, is laying back a little bit. Oh, whoa. Harvick made contact with Brad. I thought that was going to be another damn flip. Keselowski, an unbelievable pusher. 3 Hendrick cars behind these Fords. Nowhere to go. Almirola and Logano's to their outside. Buescher and Keselowski, you know they're going to stay together. You know this. 1 to go. White flag. Race is official. God, what a job Keselowski's doing. Oh, a little too good of a job there. Thought the 17 was going to get a squirrely push. Big push from Almirola. Almirola's got to go. He's got to win. Big push from Elliott to Harvick. They're stacking up. Not enough, though, with Keselowski and Buescher pushing like this. It's going to be Keselowski and Buescher. Unbelievable. Loyalty. Oh! Almirola's got a massive push coming. Almirola's got a massive push. Buescher wins again. 3 wins this season for Chris Buescher. And Bubba Wallace makes the playoffs. Chris Buescher's won 3 races this year. Corey LaJoie got a top 10.
The resurgence of RFK.
3 wins, Steve, all in the last 5 races, by the way. So coming into the playoffs, they are hot. And you can hear, I thought that was Brad Keselowski. He was as happy as if he'd won the race. That was pretty cool. Hearing Brad's excitement. There he is again, the owner. You know, he'd love to win these races, but he's so thrilled with what this program's been able to do. And to be able to be the one helping, right, his own car.
9 years. It's been 9 years since Roush Fenway has seen a 1-2 finish back in 2014. And tonight it happens with Chris Buescher.
Chris Buescher, 3 wins this year.
What a night as fireworks on the backside of Lake Lloyd here at Daytona. The fireworks were on the track throughout this race. Three-fourths, finishing 1, 2, 3 with Buescher, Keselowski, and Almirola.
Chris Buescher, 3-win season. The hottest driver in NASCAR. Chris Buescher. You can't tell me he's not the hottest driver in NASCAR. The best pushing cars all night were Keselowski and Kyle Busch and Logano. So I knew Buescher was in a real good spot there. I thought Brad wants to win, but he's not going to sell out his own car. I know Brad desperately wants to win for that team because now Buescher's won 4 times for RFK. Brad's got a Daytona dual win, that's it. So I know Brad wants it bad, but he wasn't going to screw the team there. And Bubba Wallace makes the playoffs, eliminating Chase Elliott. The Boomers are seething right now. Oh, I can't wait to go read those Facebook comments.
Chris Buescher climbs comes out a winner at Daytona. And the dream season for Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing continues. Rick, you mentioned it. 3 wins in the last 5 races. Who saw this coming to close out the regular season? Pride of Prosper, Texas, getting some hugs from the crew. He was actually a little emotional on the radio at the end, thanking everybody. Crew Chief Scott Graves coming in.
Chris Buescher, Final Four, question mark?
Hey, Chris, walk me through that overtime finish. I think you owe the boss a little thank you card, don't you?
A little more than that. That was amazing. So proud to get Fifth back into victory lane here in Daytona. Knew we were coming here with fast RFK Ford Mustangs, and got there at the end and showed it when it counted. And that's as much Brad's win as ours right there. That was the right help, aggressive, sticking with us too, all the way to the line. I was waiting for him to do something there coming to the finish. I figured we'd be side by side, but
amazingly only 1 overtime.
So just so thankful to Brad for all those pushes there at the right time, and found each other a little bit here and there through the race. Kind of lost each other and got back going when it counted.
So walk me through
RFK and 2311 have both cars in the playoffs.
At RFK with all this success and 3 wins for you.
That's hard to explain. It's awesome though. To be sitting here again so quickly. What a heck of a start into the playoffs right now. It's been a long time coming.
Truex once again doesn't get the result he deserved for the speed he had. He finished 24th.
So she gets to come to more, but no, just so amazing for us. This team did such a fantastic job, and got some damage, got it fixed, got back going, and just started finding our way.
And to do it in front of the Daytona fans, Chris Buescher closes out the regular season.
3 wins
They flew under the
in 1
radar
year.
for much of the year, Parker. No more. The 17 team is on the scene and certainly a championship threat.
And with a 4th place finish here at Daytona, Chase Elliott will not make the 2023 playoffs. What more do you need in those final laps in terms of pushes to be able to go fight for the win?
Yeah, I really liked where we were before the caution. And honestly, after the restart there, we had the bottom lane that we wanted. I knew the 6 was going to go with the 17, and I thought the 4 was going to take the bottom, and they did, and we really had all the help that we could ask for behind. I just I couldn't stay locked on to Kevin like I needed to surge the bottom lane forward, and Brad and Christopher there just had a good enough hold on that top lane, and they could kind of control each of them. But yeah, it's a bummer, for sure. Hate the season's worked out like it has, but the good news is the car got in the owner's point.
Yeah, I'd say RFK is legit.
And credit to Alan and everybody for continuing to work and scratch and claw while I was out to keep our team alive and to give ourselves a chance. So that's a big deal. Probably much bigger than a lot of people realize to our team. So looking forward to these next 10 and try to make a little noise on that side of things and just try to get ready and prepared for next year. But I appreciate everybody's support, through this season. It hasn't been what I would want by any means, but certainly going to be some lessons taken from it, and I think we'll be better for it.
Don't go snowboarding and don't right hook people at Charlotte. That's the lessons I would take.
Be the first to welcome Bubba Wallace to the 2023 playoffs. What were the emotions like for you before the race and during the race today?
That was the most stress, but also the most locked in that I've ever been. Knowing that this place is mostly out of your control, I just try to focus on doing the things that I could do. Missing that wreck was massive. Appreciate Freddie. He's one of the best up on the roof. It gets us through a lot, and that's what helps our resume here at the Speedway stuff. So proud to be locked in the playoffs. This is special for our team. 2311, 3rd year in, getting both cars in the playoffs. We've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, but just so proud of the effort that we put in. No matter how much we set ourselves back, we know that we have a kick-ass group and we can bounce back from anything. So appreciate all our partners, Toyota, Columbia, Luke Combs coming on for this scheme, and I have a lot of Luke Combs fans out here in Daytona. So My wife, she puts up with me during the stressful times, and I just totally wasn't myself. So, sorry, babe. I was focused and just trying to get us in and pay for this house.
Well, he can do that now for the first time ever. Bubba Wallace, 23-11, and the 23 team will be a player in the playoffs, Rick.
And Chris Buescher, or Christopher, depends on who you're talking to. Chris Buescher.
Christopher Buescher.
The Ruoff Mortgage Victory Lane. See the car already.
The next gen car can put on good Daytona races. We've learned this.
Right here at Daytona International Speedway. More with a winning team and drivers when we return to Daytona.
I'm not done yet. I'm going to sit here and read some social media. Yeah, I'm going to read some social media on this one. This will be a juicy one, I'm telling you. I didn't know who I wanted to make it more, Chase or Bubba. Like, I would have been happy for different reasons for each one of them, but... Bob Barker dead at 99. Man got as close as you could possibly without going over $1. What a legend. Oh, that's funny.
Post-race show presented by Progressive. And let's look at the playoff standings now.
The official playoff standings. William Byron and Truex tied for the top spot. Is that including the playoff points? That can't be including the playoff points they just got for the regular season, right?
If you're going to look at it that way, but all 16 locked into this playoff.
All right, so they're in red because technically 4 aren't going to make it through round 1. If I was one of those drivers, I'd say, could we wait till Monday before you put me in red? You know, the 16 have advanced. You see their totals. Everyone goes to 2,000. What's added in as those playoff points? You get it for winning stages. You get it for winning races, and you're where you end up in the regular season standings. It was a stressful week and a stressful race for Bubba Wallace. You could hear it in his interview. But in the end, I think it's really the last 3 or 4 weeks what we see.
If you really like Bubba, Eric Almirola didn't make it either.
Some leadership, the things that he has been questioned for in the past, it's shown through, and I think that's why Bubba Wallace is in the playoffs.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace, very emotional. We know that a lot of people out there are wondering about Ryan Preece. We're going to give you updates as soon as we get them. I'll bring in our drivers and throw this question at you. With Chris Buescher's success over the last 5 races, is now he maybe the favorite for this championship with so much momentum entering the playoffs?
Well, I think he can certainly spoil somebody's party. That's what they've done, you know, by winning these races. They've really surprised a lot of people in the industry, certainly in the Ford camp. They are making a claim as the top 4 team in NASCAR as it is. So pretty incredible to see what they've been able to do. And Daytona, for me, was Daytona of old. Slick, hard to handle, all weekend long. The Xfinity race, the Cup race, the cars were tough to drive, but the drivers gave us everything they had tonight. You know, we had a little bit of fuel mileage where they were running around the top of the racetrack, Jeff, but they really duked it out from the drop of the green flag, and we had a pretty spectacular race.
Yeah, that's a pretty wide race that we saw for lap after lap after lap. You knew eventually that wasn't going to work out. It was going to be a caution. The big Ryan Preece wreck, obviously we all hope he's okay. Tonight was just crazy. I mean, intense racing. And now we go to Darlington. You know, we leave Daytona, one of the most historic racetracks in the world.
I'm going to Darlington.
One of the most historic. And the playoffs, so many things are going on. Who the favorite is, you know, that's a tough call. I still got to say William Byron. He showed it to me all year.
I don't feel bad for Briscoe because he sucks. I'm sorry he got wrecked, but I don't feel bad at all. He sucks.
And Marty's caught up with the regular season champion.
Yeah, Rick, you mentioned it, the regular season championship for Martin Truex Jr. The trophy is pretty awesome.
Ain't got a stage win tonight, Truex.
About the 15 playoff bonus points that come with this, correct?
Well, I mean, yeah, the trophy is really cool, but
you know, we're focused on a championship again this year. That feels really good. So really awesome to get those bonus points, and just really proud of my team. You know, everybody on our team, everybody at JGR, TRD, Bass Pro, Auto Owners, Research, all of our partners, just giving us the opportunity to be here and be able to have a season like we've had. Hopefully we can just, you know, keep it going. It was a little frustrating not be able to really race tonight after Denny kind of got in that situation and we'd already got the stage win. That was kind of a bummer, but, you know, all in all, big picture was the right thing to do. So hopefully we put together 10 great races and do what we did in 2017 again.
Yeah, you got to celebrate with this trophy a little bit tonight, but you mentioned 2017. How well positioned is the 19 team to do that once again and win your second championship?
I feel as good as ever. I mean, I feel like our team is really strong. I feel like we can be strong anywhere we go, and you know, a lot of the playoff tracks seem to line up good for us, always have. So, yeah, we're optimistic, we're hungry, we're excited, and fired up, ready to get going.
All right, Martin Truex Jr., he mentions how well those tracks line up for him. Darlington,
professional Chase fan. I'm sorry, I like Chase too. I was rooting for Chase and rooting for Bubba, but only one of them was going to make it. So that's the shitty part. Only one of them was going to make it.
Martin Truex Jr. with the regular season championship trophy. Ryan Preece, the most spectacular accident of the night. 10 barrel rolls for the 41. He's in the infield care center. We'll give you updates as soon as we get them on his condition.
Nah, Kamikaze's happy as fuck that Chase Elliott didn't make it. Why would he be pissed? It was like the perfect race for him. Although he doesn't watch anymore, even though he still watches and keeps up with everything that's going on, right? He's one of those. I ain't watching no more. Check this Facebook comment out. Meh, burn out on that boring Chris Buescher fad. This race was a throwaway. Hanging around to see if I can hear anything about Preece before I go. Let me message Alex because I told him we'd play GTA. I'm going to tell him it'll be a few minutes. Unless you're in this stream, Alex. I'm still about to message you anyway because I can't see my comments at the moment. Because I've been off work, I have been sleeping a lot. And I just watched the race, and Bubba Wallace made the NASCAR playoffs, and the Boomers are not happy about it. So right now I'm just sitting here reading Facebook comments, laughing at their misery.
Visit Progressive.com. Run NBC and Peacock until the top of the hour, 11 o'clock, and then there'll be extended post-race coverage on Peacock after that. The celebration will continue for...
Well, I don't think they have an update on Preece yet. I mean, we know he got out of the car basically under his own power. He was conscious. He was talking. He laid down on a stretcher. They took him to the care center. That's all we know right now.
Jeff, or Chris Buescher. And
Jeff.
For more on Ryan Preece, we're going to get an update from Dave Burns.
Dave Burns.
And Rick, there's not a lot to tell right now. NASCAR has just informed us that Ryan Preece has been transported to a local medical center. No other information than that. We did talk to Chase Briscoe momentarily. He's okay and spoke to us about the incident. But Ryan Preece has been transported from here, and that is all the information we have.
Take Preece to Halifax, I'm guessing.
And again, as soon as we get more information, we will be passing that along to you. But from NASCAR, Ryan Preece has been transported to a local hospital here for more evaluation. A very violent crash that we saw, barrel rolling through the infield.
That was a great race.
There's Chris Buescher. And
all that to end up with a repeat winner, though. But still.
We've talked about the playoffs begin next week in Darlington.
I'm going to Darlington. Don't look for me to stream next week. I'm going to take my computer with me. I might stream from the hotel. I'll try. Hotel internet's usually pretty shit. And I don't think we're staying in a great hotel, so I got to ask Dylan what hotel we're staying in. I don't even know yet. He booked it.
But now you'll be entering the playoffs. What do you expect from this 4 team here?
I have no idea. You know, I really don't. So we'll just go race every week and see what happens.
What's struggling with?
What's that?
What are you guys struggling with? Not understanding what you have in the playoffs.
Just I don't want to predict anything.
All right, 4 teams going into the playoffs with unpredictable nature.
He had a smile on his face, but as you mentioned, doesn't want to make any predictions in this his final playoffs.
You know, we've seen that Kevin Harvick before, right? I think, what is he going to say, right? They're winless this year. They're in the playoffs. They are fast enough and good enough to score enough points. But once again, close tonight, no win. Kevin Harvick is a champ. He's not going to stand there and make, you know, false predictions if he doesn't believe it. You know, I think you saw that's honest, Kevin Harvick. Whether you like that or not, that's Kevin saying he really doesn't know. If the cars are fast enough, they're going to be better, and if they're not fast enough, they have a hard time advancing. I think that guy's still processing tonight's race. He worked really hard all night long, pushed as hard as I believe I've ever seen Kevin Harvick push in a long time at Daytona or Talladega. Came up just a little bit short.
Let's go down to the Peacock pit box and Marty.
Well, Marty's not here, Dale. We're going to go to Dale.
We've all got a lot to talk about with this, but guys, let's go back to, you know, when this car was built, we talked about the safety issues, the things that were changed from last year, but that was one of the most violent crashes. Dale Jr. talked about, go back to the 80s and 90s, KP, and we were there through a lot of that ourselves, and just hope that he's okay first and foremost, but a situation like that, there's not much you can do but hang on for as a driver.
There's nothing you can do as a driver, and you know that. We've been in these cars, and we saw it earlier in the evening when Ryan Blaney, when that car turns that fast, you're just along for the ride. We go back to 81, John Anderson, when we first went to the small, short cars. We go back to Rusty Wallace in 83, when he had his own car, 72. This wreck was violent, but let me say, and I've looked on Twitter and say, people are like, we're stunned. We shouldn't be stunned. You strap into a stock car that's going to run close to 200 miles an hour. We've seen it with Ryan Pre or with Ryan Newman.
My hotspot's usually bad for streaming, too. My hotspot works for a lot of things, but when I've tried to stream off my hotspot, it's usually bad. But I may try.
Incredibly special. You see him right here. He gets the grass. The car lifts up. And then he is just a passenger at this point in time, Brad.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know what the remarkable thing is as we watch this car get into the
I can't believe they haven't mentioned the driver's side roof hatch being open on the 41 when he was flipping.
3 times it oscillates over, and over. But look at all the pieces and parts on this race car. They're not flying everywhere. Yeah. They are still connected to that race car. So give NASCAR a ton of credit for creating these straps that keep these pieces and parts on this race car as it does this. Just scary.
So who the hell's going to drive the 41 next week? Cole Custer, probably?
Yeah, I think
Custer back in the 41 next week?
Safety initiatives that have been done.
That's my early prediction.
We talk about everything inside these cars, the Hans device, how their seats are so much better. The everything is better inside the race cars. But I think that maybe sometimes we give a false sense of security to people that, hey, you know, the cars are so safe that things can't happen. But when they get this violent, you have to understand that this is not something that you expect to happen, but you hope that you've prepared for it, and the cars are.
Exactly. There's somebody sitting on a couch in Seattle, and they watch these races all the time. In Texas, they watch these races, and they see guys wreck and walk away. And that's how. And all of a sudden, we see this, and that's why I said we shouldn't be stunned. That's what motorsports is. It's a dangerous profession. And you were very blessed. I was very blessed. You were very blessed to participate in it and be here to talk about it today. But we all know that there are drivers that aren't here to talk about it. And that's the gamble, or not the
Black
gamble.
Flags Matter
That
posted a
is the
video. Well, that was fast.
you take as a stock card.
He can. Wow, Black Flags Matter posted a video. He copy and pasted a Wikipedia article that fast. Holy shit! New personal record for him.
Tremendous job of building this car, reevaluating this car, and continuing to improve it. Yeah.
I didn't know somebody could copy and paste that fast.
We're all wishing for the best for Ryan Priest, but we'll let it go back to you guys.
Thanks, DJ. All right, guys, we expected the regular season finale to be exceptional, and I don't think it disappointed with how this one ended.
Not at all. Thrilling race from start to finish. Typically, we see the drivers take it a little bit easy in stage one. Not tonight. A lot on the line, and a lot on the line for different reasons. So, when the green flag came out, we had a hectic race, and it was it's tough mentally and physically. These are very challenging races. Drivers really gave it everything they had.
Yeah, we take for granted what these drivers do, how willing they are to do it, and it's amazing, and we're lucky to be able to watch it.
Yeah, after seeing tonight, I can imagine what the next 10 weeks are going to hold for us.
Talladega's coming up soon.
Always available on NBCSports.com. We will keep
All right, guys, I'm out.
The condition of Ryan
Peace.
Get that information.
If you're up late, I might stream something later. So stay tuned. If I get bored, I'll stream. I'm going to go play GTA with Alex. I don't think I'm going to stream that, but may stream